I was muted. And gay battlers, coming sooner than you would think, based on that little trailer though. But we are live for the first ever official Clash of the Champions. I say official, there's no official about it. We're just three fellas hanging out with eight fellas below us. But before we get into all of that, before we get into all of this, how it's all going to work today, seeing some amazing battles, we better introduce ourselves. So first off, hey guys, I'm Steve. How's it going? Like and subscribe, that guy. So yeah, I'm here. It's early for me and Dr. Trotter over here. So Trotter, how's it going this morning?
Yeah. Good morning, Stephen. Yes, it is early and we are in a quiet household praying no children wake up. So thanks for having us. And man, I love the intro. It's like, in a world where there are four battlers. I felt like that really needed to be like something like that coming through the background of the intro. It's fantastic.
There's a chance that we're not live, and I'm kind of confused by it just because it's not showing up on my YouTube yet. Oh no, it is live. We're all good. It's there. It's working. It wasn't showing up on my videos thing, but it was showing up on the home thing. Yeah, Trotter's, because of daylight savings, Trotter's woken up an extra hour earlier than I had to. So he's putting in the real hard yards for this stream. Whereas Sosa Flo over there is having a great time in just middle of the day. It's fine over there. He didn't have to get up early for this. He's just hanging out. But Sosa, how's it going?
It's going really good. I'm going really low key so you guys can wake up nice and easy because we're about to get super hyped today. I'm so excited to see all these battlers. Like, these are the top of the last 3 seasons, and we've watched the last 2. I've got to be a part of the last 2 Worlds and Continentals, and all of these battlers have been a part of it, and they've just been amazing. So I'm glad to see them back at it again with all of the new Niantic stuff that's popped up. But I'm so excited to be here, and I am hyped!
So I've just shot the tweet out. We're officially all good to go. Asmi's in the chat as well. How's it all going? So, the lowdown about what we are here to see today, as Sosa alluded to, we're going to see essentially invites were sent out to all of the Season 1, Season 2, Season 3 Continental and World Champions from around the globe to come in and figure out who is truly the ultimate champion. This idea actually came at the end of, I think it was Silph Arena Season 1, potentially. Zionic sort of made a tweet that was like, oh, it would be awesome to see like the 3 Continental champions sort of all face each other off. And we've just sort of built up champions. And the way things go, you know, like for example, in North America, we had Shmusif in Season 1. We had Speediest Chief taking out the crown in Season 2. And then we ended up with a Shady Equation taking out the Continental champion crown in Season 3. But these 3 battlers don't really face each other very often, if at all. So it sort of gives us a chance to crown a true who is the king of North America. And so that is what we're sort of planning to do today. So essentially, this is going to be happening in 4 different phases. We've got 8 of the Continental and World Champions below us. So from left to right, we've got Bar the Gamer, the Season 3 APAC Continental Champion, because Israel has moved around a little bit between EMEA and APAC. I think they're officially going to be an EMEA from now on. So I don't think that he's going to be able to. I think he actually, Bar the Gamer could be the first ever person to take out a Continental champion in 2 different regions in the future. So we'll see how that all phases out. Then we've got Bibilicious, the Season 2 European Continental champion. We have a Shady Equation, previously known as the Shady Asian, the Season 3 North American Continental Champion. We have Ventuski, the only 2-time Continental Champion, taking out Latin America in both Season 2 and Season 3. We have Speediest Chief, Season 2 World Champion and North American Continental Champion. We've got Dunebug 97, who's defending his World Championship title to trying to just secure his spot as that ultimate champion. Second to the right, we have Memphis Flow AMD, the season. Sorry, I said Bibilicious was Season 2. Bibilicious was Season 3. Memphis Flow AMD was the Season 2 European champion. And then over there on the right, we do have Shmusif, as the Season 1 North American Continental Champion. I believe the first Continental Champion that was ever crowned, and I believe that was the famous event that they ended up having to go out to the streets to finish their fights into the very
So
early
iconic.
morning.
That was by far the most iconic battle. Like, I was up watching it on Twitch on the Silph, and then it cancelled, and then it came back, and they were literally in the rain in the streets, had like umbrellas over the competitors. Just crazy. Like, definitely one of the coolest things, I think. Must be probably the most frustrating if you're organizing it, but one of the coolest sort of, things that's happened. Oh, crazy.
It's such
I
a
didn't
little
get to
gem.
see season 1. Yeah, I didn't get to see that. That was on Silph?
Yeah, that was on the Silph Twitch.
Awesome. I wish I'd have saw that. That'd have been fun to watch.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a
That's
VOD that I don't think really survived. Like, it doesn't seem to be around anywhere. I don't know if anyone actually has it. But
Oh, really?
yeah, it could be lost to time. But
Now,
I mean,
interesting, Steve. Is Dunebug the only person here who actually isn't a Continentals champion?
yeah, that is right. Season 3 was the first time ever that you could get into the World Championship Finals without having gotten that Continental Champion title. They expanded it out a little bit. So for Season 1, there wasn't a World Championships. There was only the 3 Continentals that were called Worlds. Then Season 2, they brought in Worlds, where the 4 Continental Champions came in to fight for that title. And then Season 3, they decided to expand it out. So not only were there the 4 Continental Champions, but they also had 4 Continental Challengers. Essentially, there was a little bit of a fight over the top 16 battlers from around the world. They sort of came together, fought it out for 4 spots in the World Finals. You can find that coverage all over. All 3 of us were involved in some of that. So, one of them's on this channel, one of them's on Team Rocket PvP, one of them was over on my PvP Academia, and Matthew Brewer PvP has the 4th one over there. So they're all still watchable if you do want to go back and check out the World prelims. The World Finals still isn't live. I do have the VOD. It will make its way onto the Silph Arena channel at some point, but it's not there yet, but it will be. Promise. But
we'll never get the Worlds. I think Season 2 Worlds came out months later too, so don't worry about it, buddy.
Don't worry about it. But today, regardless, we're here for the Clash of the Champions. This is the combination of Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. So basically, the way this is going to work, I'll bring up the little doobly-doo, if I can find it, which maybe I can't. Okay, it's going to be over here. So essentially, we're going to split people into regions. So we are going to have that champion of North America duking it out. Continental champions from Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. Shmoosif, Speediest Chief 2, and the Shady Equation will all be doing a round robin. And the winner of that round robin will be progressing on to Stage 2 of this tournament. In the EU, we originally did have Raging Taz, but unfortunately he did have to step out due to some personal reasons. So we will only be seeing a 1v1 between Mephistopheles AMD and Bibilicious, who I have actually written there as a typo. I do believe that Bibilicious has 2 S's in their name, so that's a complete my bad on that one. And then from Latin America, we do have Ventuski as the 2-time Latin American champion. Escambrora did decline to compete. And then from APAC, APAC didn't actually have a Continental champion in Season 1. We only got one in Season 2 and Season 3. Marin P32, unfortunately, never ended up hearing from him. But Bar the Gamer will be coming in as the APAC representative. And we've just put them together. So Latin America versus APAC. And the winner of that 1v1 will also be progressing to Stage 2. And those who are astute in the audience may notice that Dunebug 97 is not on the list here, and that is because Dunebug, as the reigning world champion, will just be going straight into Stage 2, where we will see the four competitors at that stage go into a round robin. But with all of that said, we can kind of just get the show on the road a little bit. Now, we're going to be starting off with the EU. We're going to be seeing that Season 2 versus Season 3 clash between Mephistopheles AMD and Bibilicious. Now, we're going to be moving the casters around a little bit. We're going to start off with the Trotter and Sauce Flow show. I'm just going to fade into the background while these two dapper gentlemen take the reins. But I think that's enough for me. We can just dive into this and take a look at the battles. Now I realized I didn't tell the homies this beforehand, but just let me know when you want to get into it, because I've just got battles 1, 2, and 3 all on their own play buttons. So if when we're ready to go into when we're ready to go into battle 1, just say let's jump into it, and then same thing for battles 2 and battle 3. But
Awesome.
yeah, let's get into it and get the teams up on the screen.
Hey, Steve, let's jump into it. I'm just kidding. Oh, we're already up. All right, so we're looking at the teams. We got Bibilicious and Mephisflow. Both of these battlers, Continental winners. What are we looking at? Both of them rocking Trevon and that Azumarill core.
Look, it's all there. You both got G-Fisk, both got Azu, both got Trevenant, both got a fighter, both got a flyer. The difference here is Bibilicious has that Lickitung, especially with their fighter being the Medicham. That Lickitung has a little bit more play than usual. Look, I'm just seeing 2 big tanks from Mephisflow, and I'm like, are we going to see like Medicham double tank? Like,
that looks like what it could be. We could see an ABB line. Absolutely. With the movesets just doing what they need to, right? Against that Trevenant, you throw a flamethrower or a rock slide. You've got coverage. You don't want to see the Scrafty, but that's why you got that Pidgeot. But at the same time, you were saying you got XL in that Lickitung, you got XL in that Medicham, and in that Bastiodon. Memphis could really be playing the health game here, where Bibilicious might just be banking solely on the Lickitung G-Fisk as their health, as their like tank.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't see Bibilicious Skarmory having a huge amount of play here. Like, obviously the Trevenant, but double tank, so oppressive. Just hard to see that Skarmory get a lot of play. And I mean, even the Medicham, if it's, for goodness sake, if it's like a pup Medicham or a dynamic punch Medicham, and Skarmory doesn't shield, I mean, that could actually be swung in Mephisflow's favor with shields.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to find out what the battles are. You ready to see this first battle?
Let's go for it.
Hey, Steve, can we see the first battle, please? All right. Pidgeot into the Azumarill. We got the Bubbles into the Gust. Now, Pidgeot loves having that Feather Dance thrown first, but you could build up to that Brave Bird and then throw, decreasing the value, but you don't get to it before that Ice Beam. Probably have to shield here. What do you think?
Ice Beam's going to do a huge amount, but it's not going to KO. And you can see there, it's down deep in the yellow. We're not talking just in the yellow, we're talking deep. And oddly enough, this is one matchup that Azumarill outpaces something to the moves, and a Brave Bird gets shielded and an instant switch out into the tree. The tree is there, and it's getting a lick countered here. This is really sitting nicely for Bibilicious here. Seems to have this one on a string.
It is, but the Trevenant has that Seed Bomb, which still puts a little more pressure than a Shadow Ball. It is not what you want. It's not a good scenario here. That lick is so oppressive, single move. But the Seed Bombs could still add on to the pressure to where the Lickitung doesn't have to swap out. It could come in and actually get farmed down by either the Azumarill or the Pidgeot in the back. Before it has to throw. In comes the first of its Power Whips, and there is no shield coming from Mephisflow. I think we're saving our shields for Mephisflow here.
Yeah, but it's up a shield, so this isn't the worst spot to be in. It's going to leave a little bit of HP on the Lickitung. Hopefully, you can get a little bit of farm coming out in the end here. Yeah, red is good. Yeah. Let's see. What do we got?
Deep
we got
Azu. A Body Slam is ready to go. A Body Slam is ready to go. Waiting to see what the Pokemon is. It is going to hit that Body Slam. This is great. A 2-shield Azumarill against an Azumarill. And what is the third Pokemon? A Trevenant. Ooh. That is not what you want to see. But Trevenant is in the back. This bird could throw the Brave Bird immediately. Does he know he's just got to go for broke here? We'll have to figure it out. Can he get to it before the Ice Beam? Not in time. Ooh, that Ice Beam. That's huge. The shield is coming. The shield is coming. Oh, no.
No. Mephis is definitely not seeing the Trevenant in the back. And is he going to get bubbled down? No. Just gets the Feather Dance.
Just in time. Gust is such a long move. It's a 5-turn move to get that happening. Like, oh, and the shield comes. The Swamps, and that's who wins on the no shield here. Oh, look at that.
Oh, without the Ice Beam. Without Ice Beam, it has to be Trevenant.
Yeah, Trevenant with no Ice Beam.
Interesting movesets. It just hurts.
Now,
Why
does Play
does
Rough do that much to the ghost typing there? Will he do that much? Going for Shadow Ball. He's just Bibilicious is
balling.
just disrespecting. He's like, I don't need the grass. I'm just throwing the Shadow Ball. Now remember, the Pidgeot is still alive, but it has no health and it's gone.
The Pidgeot is no longer alive? If you can get Shadow Claw down as your Pidgeot, you didn't have much HP. So
Yeah.
in the end, the shield from Mephis with that Brave Bird, not
The
enough.
shield on
Not
the
enough.
Brave Bird in the beginning, yeah.
Not enough because it just Bibilicious got switch with the Lickitung and the typing, right? It just came down to team comp and typing, able to get the Trevenant on the Azu, the Lickitung on the Trevenant. Azu, like it was just too hard. Mephis had nowhere to go with that team comp. Very surprising leading Pidgeot too.
I wasn't. I thought maybe he'd think to lead in a Azumarill into a Trevenant, so he might have brought the Pidgeot on the Trevenant. But he didn't know that the Trevenant was in the back, and he was closing with Trevenant, and it was just unfortunate for Memphis there that there was an Azumarill he was closing on, and he doesn't have Ice Beam. Maybe he thought the Galarian Stunfisk was going to be in the back, but it wasn't, or the Skarmory, not the Skarmory, the Scrafty, but it wasn't. It was the Trevenant, and I expect to see the Trevenant come back 2 more times for the rest of this matchup.
Yeah, interesting though. Mephis did not throw a charge move on the Azu, so hid the moveset. So Bibilicious may not have processed it. Like you assume if they had Ice Beam though, you would have thrown it and given it a go. But yeah, interesting little things that these top players do that they don't want to give away the information just yet.
That is, I'm just thinking about that is like top notch. Like you think like, oh, why isn't he throwing? But then at the same time, like he doesn't have Ice Beam. That's why. Are we ready to get into the second battle?
Do it.
Hey, Steve. See, the leading of the Azumarolls. There it is. He's got Bastiodon in the back. There's a Galarian Stunfisk and a a Lickitung in the back there. So that'll be interesting to see how they pair up against that Pidgeot Bastiodon. But we all know that it's Play Rough Azumarolls that win this matchup, and Bibilicious does not have Play Rough on his Azumarill.
This is really good. This is huge for Mephis Flow because he can now if he can win this matchup, he can get his Azu on the G-Fisk, which was not previously available if they just played out the mirror match. So, wow, I'm shocked. I'm in shock.
I would have said to stay. Well, Bibilicious not having that Play Rough had to pull out immediately because he's not going to win that matchup. He's going to have to go for Hydro Pump and reveal that he doesn't have Play Rough. His Azumarill has tons of energy, didn't throw, so we'll see how he plays that out at the last bit. But you've got these Stone Edge coming in on this thick Lickitung, and it's still alive. He's best buddy. He's like, I don't care. I don't care.
But I mean, this means Bastion's going to exit with a bit of energy, but assuming they're coming in with G-Fisk and that little bit of energy is not going to really be of any benefit to this Bastiodon. Yeah, out it comes.
Absolutely not.
But the thing is now all 3 Pokemon have been revealed on Bibilicious' side. Mephis Flow is probably looking already at WinCon, where how do I win? What do I need to do to win? Because the Pidgeot in the back is going to come up against that Azu, and it's going to be a little bit tight.
You know what? I think this is really smart. Force Bibilicious to throw all of the energy. You can get to that flamethrower before he can farm you down, KO you. So he's going to throw the energy. I believe this does KO. This is low enough where it does KO, yes. No, it doesn't. It's still alive. Get out of here. And this is perfect. Exactly what he wanted. The energy on the Azumarill. Throw. There's 2 shields. Play the head game. Make him think that you don't have the energy. If I was Azumarill, I'm not shielding because Earthquake. He shields the Rock Slide. What a bait move. And he doesn't make the swap. So now the bait's coming here. Will the bait be called, or will he allow the Hydro Pump to go through? It is called. So Mephis Flow returns the favor onto Bibilicious. We have intense battling here. Now comes the Earthquake in time. Will the shield come?
No,
this is huge.
No shield coming. Oh, it is a shield. Oh my goodness.
It is a shield. That's so smart on Mephis Flow to catch the bait and then get called the nuke as well. Look at that amazing catch. It's the Hydro Pump onto the Pidgeot. What is happening? What a catch!
Oh my goodness. And I mean, it's going to outpace the next move anyway. So Memphis has just put everything on his Azu here. And
there's no shield on Memphis. There's still a shield for the Azumarill and the Galarian Stunfisk. That is huge on on both sides.
G-Fisk very low on energy though. So I think this is where it's played out. And we haven't seen the pump yet from Memphis either. So all we know is this play rough is in play. No shield here. So this one we've got a little bit of time now. We've got a little bit of time. Marius?
Almost up to the 2. He's almost up to the second play rough. This is really tough because the Hydro Pumps won't take him out, and I think he knows this. Memphis might know that the Hydro Pumps will only bring him to the deep red, so he might be saving that shield for the G-Fisk to then immediately swap, so there's no extra energy thrown by or extra energy built by the Azumarill. But forget everything I said. We've got another shield coming. This is intense. These guys are playing the Azumarill game down to the wire. Now, the Hydro Pump will take it to the red. And like I said, you said there was no energy on this G-Fisk?
Well, I don't think it needs energy now. It's a bubble.
Oh, no.
Yep. I think Mudshot's going to be enough. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful Azu. That shiny Azu from Memphis. But Bibilicious just had this one on a string with the backline. Both matches, the backline was just doing the work for him.
Yeah, it was great coverage left and right with that Galarian Stunfisk holding it in the back, saving both of the opponents, saving the 2 shields, and Bibilicious really saving the 1 shield there because he had to... he was protecting his G-Fisk and his Azumarill. So both of the battlers knew what the situation was. He even brought back out Memphis. Remember, Memphis had the Pidgeot. He could see all 3 of the Pokemon on Bibilicious so he could pair it up properly, and he still wasn't able to do it. It's really hard when you're playing against 1 and 2 turn moves to be throwing something like Gust out there that just takes forever to build up. So that is 2-0 to Bibilicious coming in huge. I don't know if we're going to get the third matchup here. PvP Steve, will you play the third matchup if we get the third matchup? Yeah, there we go. And he gets the catch he wants. The Trevenant into the Pidgeot. The Gust comes through, it hurts, and he keeps it onto the Azumarill. Now, Trevenant doesn't care about seeing the Bastiodon or the Galarian Stunfisk. That's why Pidgeot is still in the matchup. But the problem is, with Pidgeot in this matchup, you have to shield these Ice Beams. And that is just too ugly to just allow to just let loose.
Oh my gosh, what a call here from Bibilicious. Not shielding, and it's just a Feather Dance. I'm assuming we're getting a swap out. No, yep, there it is. Here it comes. Swapped into the Basti. This is, again... Like, I don't know what Bibilicious is doing. Every swap he's made has been like safe, or that he's had the backline to cover what the opponent doesn't have. My goodness!
Don't forget, Lickitung is one of the best safe swappers ever. It takes energy. You've got to only worry about counter, and if you're rocking 3 things that are super strong against the Medicham, then you're not really bringing in the Medicham. It looks like both of them are investing into the tanks that we had talked about, and Lickitung has a better save percentage than the Bastiodon, than the Galarian Stunfisk, because it gets to those power whips. It has that lick power down that's just so thick, and then body slam spam. Forget about it. You get a flamethrower coming in here. It's going to do about almost half of the G-Fisk. Couple more rock. See what we're saying? Like forever. He's got better fast moves on his tanks. Look at all the energy. Now he's like, okay, look, this has like 5 health left. This rock slide should KO your Bastiodon.
Yeah, it would. Now, Bibilicious probably could have thrown that rock slide earlier and then farmed up the extra energy afterwards. Kind of could have had a bit more. I mean, still in a super dominant position though. Oh my goodness.
Going for broke. And no shield immediately. Memphis Flow is probably tilted. If I was Memphis Flow, I'm tilted. You don't shield the Brave Bird. You're finally throwing Earthquake on me. I'm tilted. This is GG's. I'm so upset. I'm saving everything for the bird, and you know it. Unfortunately, though, there is a third Pokemon that He has, and that's the Azumarill. Oh, you saw the swap. Bibilicious tried to swap into the Azumarill. The Rock Slide is coming in, though. This should take out, should do some damage onto the G-Fisk. Oh, so dirty. So dirty. Because in comes the Pidgeot. And we just talked about it. Has to shield this Ice Beam. And he got 3 extra bubbles in there. So not only did he have the Ice Beam ready, he now almost has another Ice Beam ready.
And he outpaces to the next Ice Beam. I mean, are we going to see Trevenant come back in here and Shadow Claw down again?
Oh my God. How disrespectful would that be? Now look. Gust is really strong. Trevenant doesn't want to see it, right? But Trevenant has all the health. Yeah, Bibilicious ain't playing the game. Okay, do we shield? I mean, why? Why would you? Why do anything?
Let it go. Just listen to Elsa and let it go. There's the Rock Slide. And now you've got a full health Trevenant coming into like a no health Azu. My goodness. Bibilicious's backline play has just been incredible. Like, absolutely, just the team reading. I don't know if he's like watching Mephis' like picking their teams, but his backline just counted everything, every game. And at this level, like, they tried. You saw Mephis was trying to catch, trying to do things, and it just didn't come out. And a 0-3 or 3-0, I should say, to Bibilicious in this first round. Amazing.
Yeah, there didn't even use, I think he used a Trevenant once. We didn't even see the Skarmory come out. So that was really interesting on Bibilicious, like you were saying. Really played that head game with the Trevenant and then no longer saw the Trevenant. Like, not at all. Pidgeot came to every play and you're like, why? Azu has Ice Beam. Stop bringing Pidgeot. But it's just unfortunate. It depends on the matchups you get faced with. And that's why these are champions. Like, each of them have their play style. And it was just an unfortunate play style for Memphis Flow versus Bibilicious there.
Yeah. That's it.
And it was unfortunate also that Memphis Flow did not have Ice Beam on their Azumarill. It would have been really nice a couple times there. That Ice Beam player of moveset definitely would have done it a little bit better, but that is how it goes into going into these sort of team of 6 sort of situations. And it's going to be the case when these, top tier battlers head into the Play Pokemon series that is coming up soon, in a couple months' time.
Is it?
Yeah, I think
what is this?
Not for APAC. They still haven't announced the APAC dates yet. We're still waiting to hear when ours is, but it starts in the US in March, April, sometime in that sort of realm. With the official series, the official Path to Worlds. Me and Trottle will just have to wait to hear what they're doing for APAC. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. But yes, Bibilicious does take out Memphis Flow AMD to take out the European title and will be going on to Phase 2. Now we're going to be hopping over into North America where we have all 3 Continental champions. Again, we're going to have Shmusif coming in from Season 1, Speediest Chief 2 coming in from Season 2, and a Shady Equation as our Season 3 Continental champion. Now, Dr. Trotter and I are going to be taking it away, so we'll just jump straight into the first battle, which is going to be Shmusif versus Shady Equation, and we'll see Sosflow in a little bit. Now, this is Season 1 versus Season 3, so it is about as old school versus new school as you can get with these two. Shmusif had to battle out in the rain, a Shady Equation battled from home. So very different worlds. How Silph's evolved, right?
Oh my goodness. Kids these days, they have it so easy. This is disgraceful. Shmusif knows how to get down and dirty. All right. He's the old school. And interestingly, the old school when shadows didn't exist is running 2 shadow Pokemon in the Shadow Swampert and the Shadow Drapion. My goodness, that Drapion looks like it is going to do some work if it can avoid the G-Fisk and Skarmory.
Yeah, it's funny that you actually mentioned the Shadows not being around, because taking a quick look at Shmusif's team, 6 out of 6 of those Pokemon are running differently to how they would have back in Season 1. Not only the Shadows, Jellicent didn't exist, Alola Ninetales didn't have Weather Ball. It might not have even had Charm back then. Actually, it did. It got it by the end of
Charm
Season
existed.
1. Scrafty, I also don't think existed. Skarmory has Brave Bird now, that is like a really good move. So everything's changed. But Shmoosef's still coming in up against a Shady Equation, who is running a bit more of a sort of stock standard open Great League line of that, G-Fisk, Lickitung, Azu, Tree, and the Mandibuzz Skarmory duo. I'm a little bit worried looking at Shady's team with the Mandibuzz and Lickitung that we might be in for a little bit of a bulk fest.
Shady likes him thick, obviously.
That's as Dial-Up mentioned in the chat, that's why he's the biggest on the thumbnail, because he got the maximum thickness points in there. But we'll jump in and see. There's a lot of movesets that could be very different on these mons as well. Like looking at Shmoosef, Jellicent could be a different moveset. Alola Ninetales, Charm, Powder Snow, Scrafty has some options in there, but usually it's Foul Play. Power Out Punch. Drapion could be a litany of moves. And then on Shady's side, Azumarill could be running the Ice Beam player of Hydro Pump. We saw in the EU that it doesn't matter which movesets you are running. Mandibuzz could be running Snarl or Air Slash as well. Both are as viable as each other. But I mean, Dr. Trotter, do you want to take it away as we jump into the very first game?
All right. Oh my goodness, a Shady Equation. The one thing he needed to happen. And wow, ooh, this is interesting. Look how much damage those Air Slashes are doing. Is this a potential? No. Can't be a 2 shield flex here. Eating the first one, 2 shields. Steve, how do you play this?
Yeah, I mean, because it is the Shadow, it is obviously taking damage, but look how much that Hydro Cannon did, bring it down to half. It cannot take another one. I think if you're Shady, you definitely burn at least the first shield there so you can get a Sky Attack off, and you just kind of put the ball into Shmoosef's court a little bit to see what he's going to do, whether he invests the shields. Obviously, has that Drapion that is a little bit scared of the Galarian Stunfisk, so deciding to shield up there, wants to get another Hydro Cannon off, is going to win CMP as well, so it's up to Shady here, and I think he might want to win Switch.
He may want to, but I mean, both the Mandibuzz and the G-Fisk have a reasonable sort of matchup against that Drapion. We didn't see what movesets are coming because we obviously don't have Shmoosef's side of footage, and he's going to get the double shield. Oh, and a little bit of lag, a little bit of delay there, but the second Air Slash didn't go through, so no real difference in the battle there. May have. Could have been an extra mud shot on Shady Equations. Oh, Shmoosef's side, sorry. So out comes the Soak, because obviously, and it is running Air Slash, so we've got a double Air Slash flying team here from a Shady Equation. So let's see, how much does this do? Oh, it does not do that much damage.
Tickles. Even with the Shadow 20% bonus, nothing.
Tis but a scratch. All right, here we go. And out comes that Drapion, and I want to see the moveset. We need to see the moveset here. So, no. Oh, and he goes for the catch. Oh, and it is Scrafty.
Wow.
This is a bit ouchy for a Shady Equation. Did have it set up nicely, but this Scrafty is a problem for Shady Equation.
Yeah.
Got to go for the Earthquake.
I'm really worried for a Shady Equation here, because this Scrafty is just going to be able to pup down this Galarian Stunfisk, and the Mandibuzz is not going to love it in the back either, even with Air Slash. It's still going to get some damage off. This is definitely going to take G-Fisk out, and it's going to get at least one charge move off onto that Mandibuzz for sure.
Unless Mandibuzz chooses to throw... Oh, Undercharge. This could be good. It's get to Rock Slide here. So potentially now, Mandibuzz will be able to just fast move down this Scrafty, and then have at least 2 Aerial Ace, to throw onto
the Drapion in the back.
But if Drapion has Sludge Bomb, we're pretty close to KO range from here after this double pup.
Okay, here we go. Here's the moment of truth. What have we got on this Drapion? Does it have Sludge Bomb? It's got Sludge Bomb.
It does.
Oh my gosh.
Sludge.
Instant KO.
Boom.
KO. Wow.
Big old Zarnik boom. The new school taking out the old school in round 1.
No, other way around.
Wait, old school. Sorry. Old school, boom. Zynic was actually shoutcasting season 1
Yeah.
at that event.
Yeah.
Until, I don't know, I didn't see him in the rain. I don't know if he didn't go to the rain. I'm assuming he was there, but
He might melt when he goes out into the rain. This whole time, has anyone ever seen Zionic in the rain?
oh my goodness, what if he's never danced in the rain?
Oh my gosh, this is a huge scandal. This is going to be blown up.
All right, we got to get on Twitter soon. I'm gonna tweet Zynic. Have you ever danced in the rain? Serious question.
Please send proof. Either way, I mean, this is a round robin, so it isn't the end of the world if Shmusif does take this one out for a Shady equation, because still has to play Speedy's Chief after this. But 1-0, Shmusif putting himself in a pretty good spot. I guess Drapion did show. I mean, we've seen one move. It's got Sludge Bomb. I feel like you have to. It could be Crunch or Aquatail. It could really go either way. And the fact that it didn't throw a move onto Galarian Stunfisk, I first thought that might mean that it didn't have Aquatail, but the fact that he had Scraft in the back, he also might have just wanted the energy there. So it's hard to say for sure. Crunch is really nice though, with that 30% defense debuff chance. So I'm going to take a guess that it's Crunch.
And who would have thought? Who would have thought that Shadow Swampert would work as a safe swap when the opponent has Trevenant and Lickitung on their team? Like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, look, Shmusif, you can, apparently you can teach an old dog new tricks. It's a whole new world, and Shmusif is running it. But we'll jump into battle number 2 here, and we've got the Lickitung in the lead with the Swampert. No Swampert safe swap this time, and going into the Drapion. So we're going to see that swap into the Skarmory. We know that it's got Sludge Bomb, which is really not going to be very effective. And again, with the shadows, this Skarmory is still doing a lot of damage with these air slashes. So
that sneak air slash plays so big into this one. It is the crunch. Now we can see defenseful, so it now cannot survive 2 crunches.
Oh, no.
It will not survive this second crunch.
Oof. Okay.
Is he gonna no shield? Oh my goodness, is this it just survives?
Oh, wow.
So now it puts the ball in the court. I can't watch Sosaflo's video. He's so distracting. He's going off in the background. If only you guys could see. Now, is this going to... Oh, my goodness. Poison Jab down. The disrespect from Shmusif to Poison Jab down to Skarmory. And now switch back in their favor. And we know the moveset. It's Crunch, Sludge Bomb.
Yeah.
Got to be coming in here with the Mandibuzz. Out comes the Mandibuzz from Shady Equation.
Yeah, we know that Sludge Bomb is going to do a bit of damage, but Mandibuzz, such a bulky bird, he's definitely... Oh, goes for the crunch, trying to get the defense debuff, I suppose.
No debuff.
No debuff and no shield, just in case he was going for that as well. So, played really nice for Shady Equation. We'll see if Shmusif just sort of cuts his losses and goes for the Sludge Bombs now, or if he really wants that debuff, yeah, just goes for the Sludge Bomb. And he's not going to get to another... I think that he could farm down before another Sludge Bomb comes through.
No, Sludge Bomb should be there. There's the Sludge Bomb. Zos is calling Crunch. I don't know. I'm thinking this is a Sludge.
It's a Crunch.
It's the Crunch.
It's all good. It's all good. Hanging on. And he's got some energy to throw onto whatever comes in the back. It is actually going to be Powder Snow Ninetales. So that's...
Banking.
Yeah.
Banking the energy.
Shmusif is running with energy all over the place at this point, and Lickitung is going to be able to... Also, I guess a Shady Equation actually running the double bulk, actually bringing both in for this battle. Lickitung just coming to soak and throw the body slam here.
The Gleam lands the Gleam. There's so much damage there. It is so early here in the morning. I cannot make the noises that need to be made for this game. And now we finally get to see the shields here. Now, this is still really tough for Shady Equation. Shmusif's just going to be so out spammy. Needs to go for... Even if he gets the bait, does he still beat it to the power whip before 2 more Hydros come through to take it out? I feel like this is in Shmusif's favor here. There's the shield. Gets the bait. Oh, did you see the delay in this? There was like 3 lick delay. That was like 3 turn, I think, delay there. That's so unfortunate for Shmusif, which means this power whip is going to... And again, the free licks. Oh, what goes for the catch.
Oh, my God.
Shmusif, like, really wanting to disrespect. Are we going to... It can't... Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
What?
A Shady
What
equation
is
is just hooked into the internet right now. Just getting all
this
moves.
is like Dunebug finals levels of like fast move, lag, delay. And is this body slam going to take it out? Is this enough? I'm still not even sure. I don't. It is. It is enough. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Look, I hate to say it, but the delay, post-charged fast move delay there against Silph, I think that resulted in Shady Equation winning out. I'm not to the level that these battlers are, but there was a lot of missed fast moves on that Swampert.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it could have gone the other way. That Lickitung got a lot of energy. I mean, it is... I don't actually think it was that game. Actually, it very well may have been. Shmusif did go to submit a dispute, but then it didn't end up happening. So it just sort of drifted into the wind potentially on that one. But either way, yeah, really unfortunate for Shmusif there. Maybe it's because he didn't record, so he didn't have the footage to show. Potentially, unclear though. I honestly don't know, but it does mean that we're going to be going into the game 3 with a 1-1. Shmusif going to try and, reconnect his internet, turn on airplane mode, do all sorts of things to try and get those moves back in his favor. Both of these battlers playing from North America, so we're not seeing any, North America versus EU type of sneaky move, Twitter beef knowledge going on. But
that'll come later, right?
Yeah.
That comes later.
Phase 2, baby. But as is, we'll jump in to the third battle of the round to find out who is coming out on top from these two. And we get the Mandavas into that Shadow Drapion. This is that really interesting matchup because we saw Shmusif in that in game 2, went for the crunch first, trying to get a defense debuff because it worked so well back in game 1 when it did proc through. But we'll see if he does go for the same strategy. Shady thinks he is.
It's like 100,000 energy here on this Drapion. It is like charged up to the max. Poison Sting comes through so fast. 2 turns. It's just so much energy. Here comes the Aerial Ace. Now 2 Aerial Aces. We'll take this out, but 2, the Sludge should KO here. Oh no! Ooh.
It's gonna be close. I think it might just not.
Is it a bait? No. Is the Sludge just survives it? So someone's going to have to shield. Someone needs to shield or they're going down.
Little known Clash of the Champions rule is that shields are not allowed in game 3. You cannot.
Ooh, interesting. Smooths lets it go. Going to get some NRG. And we're swap into Skarmory here.
Okay. I mean,
and I'm guessing no swap out. Oh my gosh. How much energy did this thing have? Energy to the max. Going to throw the weather ball, and we're going to get a throw and then dip to. Is Smooths going to? No.
Hanging
out.
We're
going to stay Smooths. Hello, stay. Hello.
I mean,
what is Smooths running? Has he got Scrafty in the back?
Oh yeah, that actually might be right. I think he might have ditched the Shadow Swamp.
No. Oh,
Shadow Swamp coming out. Okay. They're still
coming out.
All shields still up. All shields are still in play. We've got to see the first one here. Just mandatory.
Well, I mean, unless Smooths wants to throw and just let this game go. Now, man, one thing I've noticed, Smooths never wants to throw early. Smooths is always charging up. Like, if he doesn't get to 100 energy, he's not throwing a charge move. It seems to be Smooths play. And, oh no, we are going to see a 2-shield lick down here.
No. Oh my gosh.
Can eat one. It can tank one easily because it does no damage with those fast moves. Oh, and was
that a catch
going
attempt?
For the back-to-back? It was a catch attempt, and we got a mud shot down. This could be a lot closer all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think Shady Equation really made a mistake there in that swap.
Shady. Now, oh my gosh, did you see how many licks?
I mean, that Lickitung is so stacked on energy.
Swampert's banked one. Swampert has definitely banked a move. And it's a Dazzling Gleam. This is so close. This is so close to to Hydro range. I think this is in Hydro range now.
I think
Unless
it's gonna be whoever gets their move off wins the game.
Well, no, there's a shield. There's a shield there.
Oh my gosh, there is a shield.
Smooth. Oh my goodness!
No!
Oh my goodness!
Wait. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, Smooth, you have energy, right? You had like at least 50 to 60 energy there. Throw the Hydro. You had it.
Okay. I can now say it was game 3 that Shmusif was going to dispute there. He was trying to tap on the Hydro Cannon and it wouldn't register. But unfortunate reality of the situation here is after this battle, and before Shmusif ended up battling Speedy as Chief, he backed out of the tournament. He just vanished, disappeared, puff of smoke, and Shmusif returned to his Season 1 cave and was never to be seen again. So Shmusif, unfortunately, will not be continuing on in this tournament with Shady Equation taking out the 2-1. But Shmusif, even though we're not seeing him again, had some amazing energy just through that whole thing. I mean, just kept like, I'll take some energy here, and bump, like Pac-Man going through, just stack it all the way up.
I'm going to pop something a little bit controversial in here, Steve.
Oh.
Did you not grant Smoothsurf rematches because he didn't record?
No, okay.
Is that where the no rematch came from?
No,
because I'm assuming this is not a Silph Arena thing. This is you're a steveproduction.com. No. So I was like, did you not grant the man? Because that I mean, I could have read this wrong, but I saw those matches going 3-0 to Smoothsurf there without those lag and the delay. The fast move delay is real. Smoothsurf needs to move somewhere else and get some because that's just so unfortunate.
No,
so unfortunate.
Unfortunately, Shmusif just ended up not responding after a while. So he was like, hey, I'd like to rematch this. Send a screenshot through. I was like, hey, Shmusif, just send the footage through and we'll take a look. And then he just never responded. So it may very well be the case that he didn't record. And that's why I didn't get back. But he had the screenshot of Swampert in that matchup. So I feel like he might have recorded. But either way, he never ended up sending the footage through. So it was sort of just undisputable, I guess. And
yeah, that's a shame. I think the lesson we can learn here is instead of disputing with the TO or whatever, talk to your opponent first and see if they can agree. And if your opponent asks for a rematch and you know there was lag and you know it was there, give it to them, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're a small community. It's a small dwindling community. Let's all show a bit of love. Anyway, well played, Smoothsurf. Your internet was why you lost. Shady Equation
battles.
I mean, you got there in the end. Well played. They were really close, and I can't believe that the double flyer in the last 2 games, the double fly LickyCanal, was what got the job done. Sosa, are you alive? I feel like you're struggling, bro.
There's so much that I want to talk about. Like, first off, that Shadow Swampert was fucking beast. Let's just put that out there. It was so good. Shadow Swampert was great. Shadow Drapion was amazing. Absolutely agree with you guys. I read it as Smoothsurf taking 3-0. There was 3 taps, like you said, in game 2, and 6 taps if we're including the missed Hydro Cannon, because he definitely had the Hydro Cannon. He also lost 3 taps to that Lickitung when there was after the first Hydro Cannon came through, or right before the first Hydro Cannon came through. He hit it. Lickitung got 3 more taps, was able to take the Hydro Cannon, swap into the Mandibuzz, and I'm sitting there like, he just rebuilt the Hydro Cannon. And then we saw a lick down. It wasn't even a CMP. It was a straight lick down, which Swampert had enough to at least call the throw, at least get the throw turn going in there. So I'm really saddened that, and then he just dipped like that. Like, I would have loved to have seen this matchup against Speedy as Chief. That's kind of, I can get where he's going at, like, oh, I don't have my footage. This is Silph. I'm done. Blah, blah, blah. I'm out. F this. But at the same time, like, come on, man. This is for funsies. We're all having fun. This was great battles. Great battles. Like, I'm so excited to see Shady Equation versus Speedius now because of the way they played it, the way Shady Asian played that out. But yeah, I know Trotter. I had to leave the screen. I muted myself. I'm screaming. I'm like, no! What? Yeah, I got my bag. I'm like trying to breathe. Like, there's some plays. They made amazing. That Swampert in that game 1. How many Hydro Cannons went off? Then he got double debuff. He got back-to-back debuffs on the crunches. Like, you're just like, what? And thank God we're not Shady Equation, because we were like, oh, we've got to shield this so our Skarmory is gone. And he's like, my Skarmory is good with 2 health. I'm good. He doesn't need to shield there. And then the second debuff came and got poison stung down. And you're just like, so much disrespect. Just so much disrespect on that double crunch. But Shady Equation found a way to make it work in his favor. And it was great. It was so great to watch those 2 battlers play. Yeah. I'm ready for the next matchup. I'm sorry, I'm ready for the next matchup.
Yeah, Sosa's got all this energy built up after not casting for rounds. He needs to get back into it. So we will jump back into North America. We'll see Dr. Trotter in a little bit as we hop into Speediest Chief versus a Shady Equation. Season 2 Continental Champion and World Champion versus Season 3 Continental Champion. Now, I believe that these 2 battlers very well may have faced each other in some antimatter tournaments in the last few months, but I cannot, off the top of my head, recall a result between the 2. It very well could be the first time that they are facing each other. But Sosa, what are you kind of seeing in the teams here with Speediest Chief's team coming in for the first time?
I'm loving Alolan Ninetales. I know it gets banned a lot on Friday Night Fights because it is such a dominant coverage Pokemon. Whether it's the Powder Snow, whether it's Charm, like it's got a great moveset. Having that Weather Ball definitely helps you give that Charm more oomph. But I don't see actually Charm playing. I see Weather Ball coming in here, building the energy and spamming off. What else does it have? It has Dazzling Gleam and Psyshock. I'm pretty sure we'll see Psyshock over Dazzling Gleam. No, Dazzling Gleam could have better play against... Dazzling Gleam's got better play with that Lickitung. But I think that's great. And then the Diggersby, too. But I love Pokemon that really attack the opponent's shields and really forces a player to really play that shield game in the middle of it, and Diggersby is just one of them. So having the 2 on Diggersby and on Ninetales like that, really coming after the shields, seems like Speediest has a few game plans he wants to execute there, but we just saw Shady Equation just dominate. And Steve, I think you and I watched Shady Equation together doing everything, and that was for the Continental run. I think we casted that together. We were just shocked at how he played. So I'm so amazed to see these 2 battlers finally come together. I'm so glad we've got this Clash of Champions, right? Because Speediest Chief's an amazing Pokemon player, right? And there's so many new Pokemon that have come out that you're kind of like, I wonder how the champion of Season 1 is going to change in Season 4. And look at how Meshup did. He brought in Swampert, which wasn't a part of Season 1, Drapion, Shadows. So to see Speediest come in here with Diggersby and Trevenant, like, key. Now on Shady Equations, we just saw him really great with that Mandibuzz. With Air Slash Mandibuzz, really great play with that Mandibuzz. We'll see how he plays it out, but he could absolutely go Mandy, Lickitung, and Galarian Stunfisk and just soak up all of that quick spam that Speediest is going to throw.
Yeah. And look, as much as I want to see Diggersby, I want to see the bunny come in against Shady Equations team. There is just no reason to bring it in unless it's got Hyper Beam. Now he's running Double Flyer. He's got Azumarill. He's got Lickitung. Diggersby is just not going to be able to come out here at all. Speedy's going to have to rely a little bit more on his Azu to be the Galarian Stunfisk counter, I think, when Metacham also going to be pretty scared of the Azumarill, Trevenant, Mandibuzz, Skarmory. Shady Equation, I really like his team up against Speediest Chiefs, but only way to find out, I mean, movesets will be dependent as well, so let's jump into the very first battle, and Sosa,
let's see what they've got. Oh, I'll take it away. Skarmory into the Azumarill. We've already seen how this plays out earlier today. Those wing attacks are coming in. Those bubbles are doing the hurt. We've got Ice Beam and Play Rough on Shady Equation. Moves have not been shown yet, so we'll see how they play it out. Building the energy like he wants to throw a Hydro Pump, but we'll go. Was that Sky Attack tap first, or was that Brave Bird, my man?
Attack, yeah.
Sky Attack coming in, doing a little bit of damage here, not yet to the yellow, but sneaks in a Wing Attack to get more energy through. That's great. Ice Beam coming in, will speed his shield. He's like, nah, I don't believe you have the Hydro Pump. I don't think you're going to throw that.
Yeah, and Speediest Chief is like really glad that he does know that the Shady Equation is running that Ice Beam. With the Trevenant in the back, that's going to be really important information for him so that he knows that his Trevenant is a little bit unhappy and is also one move down to making sure that his Alolan Ninetales is going to be safe. But before getting bubbled down, as does get one more move off, but a Shady Equation deciding to just let it come through, knows that Azumarill is one bulky fellow and is hoping to bubble down, but yeah, this Sky Attack is going to come through instead, and Speediest Chief going to take switch advantage here. We'll see what the Shady Equation does bring in to answer.
His own Skarmory, why not? And this is great because Skarmory builds the energy, has 3 taps in there, got 3 wing attacks in there.
Look at Speedy's
So now you've got...
Yeah. This Skarmory is just going to have a field day here. It is it's really good against Trevenant, and it doesn't even have an awful time up against the Alolan Ninetales. Obviously, you know, you're seeing like Ice type up against the Flyer, but with that Steel typing, it does help it out a little bit. Shady Equation letting this first one come through, and I'm sure we'll start seeing these Sky Attacks just flow through. And oh my, look at the back line as well. Shady Equation running the Lickitung. So Shady Equation is, if he stays in this matchup with the Skarmory against Alolan Ninetales, it means that we're going to see the Lickitung versus Trevenant and just absolute domination. As these health bars go down, the win just starts to move closer and closer to a Shady Equation.
I thought it was game 3 they don't shield. What's going on here, guys? We got game 2 happening. Speedy is going in for the Weather Ball. Now, this is interesting because if Trevenant can if he can pull this properly and Trevenant can end up with energy against that Skarmory, he can throw and do what he needs to do. I like how he's playing this, just chipping away, chipping away. Will he shield? He's got the Weather Ball. He's forcing the Body Slam so that the energy is gone on this. He is. He's going to force a shield. He gets the shield. He throws the Weather Ball. Now, we saw a couple more licks. Maybe it's Lickitung that's broken like Melmetal was.
Oh, no.
Just being able to freeze all the opponent and get extra licks in there. But there was another shield gone through. This is great. Now he can get to those Seed Bombs quicker. The licks. We saw how oppressive licks are, but we were talking about it earlier. Seed Bomb left the Lickitung in the deep yellow before it left off of 3 Seed Bombs, and he can get to 2. So this was really great by Speediest to put all of that Weather Ball pressure onto the Lickitung first and then bring in the Trevenant, who he could just allow to take the damage. Great call. And just have to not worry about that timer, which is coming up. You see, he's got 2 Seed Bombs ready to go. He's got no health. Here's the thing you got to watch out for. Will the swap for Skarmory come to Wing Attack down? Because if a Wing Attack comes through, Trevenant is out. He makes the swap. Does the play come through? He gets the Seed Bomb off. Huge. Fast move denial is skill. Bam. Seed Bomb comes through.
Oh, but it does still go through. It hangs on. It hangs on.
And he's got a Sky Attack ready to go, and he just needs 1 Wing Attack. A Shady Equation taking down World Season Champion 2, Speediest Chief, with brilliant shield and energy management.
Look, I'll tell you what, a Shady Equation lives in the Niantic servers. He can get moves off whenever he pleases. I mean, I suppose it didn't work that last time. It didn't get the move off, but he got it afterwards anyway because he knew, he was like, I don't need to sneak a move in here because my Skarmory's going to survive. I can get it off after. It's all good. But
it's grass against flying and steel. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, that's just, oh my gosh. That Lickitung, Shady Equation is going to bring Lickitung every battle just because he knows that he's going to be able to get licks in every single opportunity. Whenever he can sneak in a lick, licks coming through. Lick, la, 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 la. I mean, it's done really well for him.
Did we expose the play rough on Shady Equation yet for Speediest on the Azumarill?
No, I don't think we did. I think we only saw the Ice Beam.
I think that might be huge. I think Speediest will bring in Azumarill now to help answer the question. Or because he's afraid of bringing in Medicham, worried that a play rough or hydro pump could take it out still.
One
I
way to
like
find
that
out,
he's
so.
got. There's one way, yeah. I like that he brought Skarmory over Mandibuzz in this matchup because it has a lot better play. Mandibuzz would have been chunked too hard from those play roughs, and if a Dazzling Gleam comes through, that's super effective from Ninetales, and you know Ninetales is coming. Ninetales has great play along against 3 of the 4 Pokemon here, and Dazzling Gleam hurts about 4 to 5 of those Pokemon. So this is like he knows Speedius has to bring this Alolan Ninetales, and that's why he's bringing in these healthy boys in Skarmory, in Azumarill, and in Lickitung. So we'll see if Speedius adjusts or if Shady Equation just keeps rolling those thick boys. Oh no!
Yeah, the thick boys are running through. Trevenant has to get straight out of that matchup, and in comes that Ninetales, showing off that Dazzling Gleam still, and the shiny flex as well. It just looks beautiful shiny.
So beautiful.
But
Beautiful.
the body slam just gonna spam, gonna start adding up. This is like not where Ninetales loves to be, so actually not the worst that we did see a swap out into Azumarill. We're going to see the Dazzling Gleam come off here. This is sort of, I guess, Fairy v Fairy, but Azumarill is definitely going to be able to outpace to the moves. Actually, am I lying? No, Dazzling Gleam does take ages to charge up.
Dazzling takes forever to charge up, but if he allows it to go through, so if Powder Snow got through, maybe Speedius shields here to throw some bait move potential. Yeah, looks like he's trying to do that, trying to get a shield from Shady Equation. Give a shield, get a shield. He knows he can build up to at least 3 Weather Balls. Ooh. So get a shield right, play that shield game. Will Shady Equation be aware of that? Big brain play!
Wow.
Big brain play!
What a
we
call.
saw it all Continentals, and he's playing big. Of course, he's going to shield now, right?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, no, he doesn't know
he
the energy.
He go.
Azumarill is gone.
That could
he's
be
investing
really
into the Lickitung.
So that could be huge for Speedius Chief, because he really wanted that switch advantage so that he could make sure that this Lickitung did not end up on his Trevenant. Although I'm looking at the backlines again, a Shady Equation is running that Skarmory, which is going to be super effective to both of Speedius Chief's Pokemon
of those
here.
Pokemon.
Trevenant and Medicham, neither of them are going to enjoy having that time up against Skarmory. This could be close. And Lickitung, also, as Dr. Trotter said a little bit earlier, Lickitung is still able to do some damage to Medicham, but swapping into the Skarmory now, here comes Trevenant, just going to be going for those Shadow Balls, but a Shady Equation has both shields remaining. This is just so rough for Speedius Chief here. I'm really not sure how this is going to go. I'm worried.
I mean, he's just trying to stay alive. Shady Equation can 2 shields here, can live with 2 shields. Like, if he didn't want to shield, he didn't have to shield. Lickitung was going to do enough damage to take out that Medicham, no problem. But as long as he keeps the Skarmory nice and healthy, he could just farm this down. And gets a wing attack in. He took the shield on the Seed Bomb. He took the bait.
Gosh.
Speedius is trying for everything, but it don't matter, son. It don't matter. The Sky Attack is here. Or was Brave Bird? Was that enough for
Brave Bird?
Brave
Go for
Bird?
Brave Bird at this point. Yeah, just went for the Brave Bird.
Why not?
Nuke Medicham out of there. And Shady Equation securing game 2. And dominating North America, showing why he is the reigning North American Continental Champion. I mean, look, it's Speedius Chief. I love the guy. He's one of my favorite people on this entire planet. But unfortunately, that Skarmory just ran over him in both Game 1 and Game 2. I mean, he really... Speedy needs to land that Azumarill onto Skarmory just so we can get it out of there. Like, it is causing so much pain.
I'm shocked he hasn't brought his own Azumarill out, which is an indication that he doesn't have Hydro Pump on it. Because if he had Hydro Pump on his Azumarill, he could have easily pressured that Skarmory more and done a little extra damage. He's got Psychic and Ice Punch on the Medicham, which is typical. Like, if I would have looked at my opponents and I've been like, Medicham's gonna have Power Up Punch. I don't like these. Or not Power Up Punch, Dynamic Punch. I don't like these Swamperts or Drapions on Smash Up or Lickitungs and Homeboy Galarian Stunfisk, or even Mandibuzz, who's Dark typing, doesn't want to see that that Dynamic Punch come through. But yeah, this was tough. We'll have to see. Does he finally bring out Azumarill in match 3? We'll have to find that one out.
Diggersby.
Nope, he brought in Diggersby.
It's Battle of the Bunnies. The bunnies are fighting it out. Diggersby versus Azumarill. Look, unfortunately, this is a spot where Diggersby doesn't want to be, and I guess Diggersby actually does have, like, it has some counterplay up against that Skarmory. It's got the Fire Punch. So we'll see if it does see a swap out. Lands the Earthquake. Unfortunately, because Diggersby is so bulky, it doesn't do a lot of damage there, even though it is such a big Nuki move. And now we're swapping into the Skarmory versus Azumarill. This is not something you see very often, a flyer swapping into Azumarill, but it has actually scared it off into a Shady Equation Skarmory. This is actually really interesting, Sosa, because Skarmory has been such a big Pokemon for a Shady Equation in both of the last 2 battles, but using it up on a mirror match.
I mean, he keeps sneaking in those fast attacks. He at least gets 2 or 3 extra attacks because he waits for his opponents to throw. Look at, he's got another set of 100-ish energy, 100,000 energy ready to throw, getting in fast moves in there, denying fast moves from his opponents. Sky Attack comes in, still no shields. This is game 3, so we won't see shield till about the 3rd Pokemon coming out. So we're loving what these champions are doing, showing us how to... The Brave Bird comes through, but was that smart enough? Because now we could just wing attack down faster. Shady Equation could just wing attack this down faster. Can he get it before the Sky Attack? Not in time!
Wow.
Forcing the shield. Woo, that's big.
That's really nice identification from Speediest Chief. Just knowing that he could hang on and swapping out to keep it alive as well. Maybe trying to snipe, take the Skarmory out, but unfortunately, Shady Equation gonna get that Sky Attack off. Gets the shield. I think that Shadow Claw, oh, it hasn't gone through. He swapped to catch the Shadow Claw as well. These 2 battles keeping their Skarmories alive on they're on an IV drip, barely hanging on. But a Shady Equation.
They're using them as a shield. They are using these Pokemon as shields. That's it. That's all they want. They want a shield for that Earthquake on Diggersby. They need an extra shield for that Azumarill in the back. Who cares? Lickitung's gonna live forever. Like, we're gonna talk about Lickitung in, like, the finals with Dunebug. Shady Equations Lickitung from Speediest Chiefs matchup. Like, this thing is so thick and tanky. But they're worried about those 2 Pokemon in the back. Now, the Earthquake was huge. And this is why I kind of like Diggersby. Even though you see the Azumarill out there, you still get that Earthquake pressure that does it and puts it in half health damage. So if you mirror it with your own Azumarill, it's great. But he's got a Trevenant that he's trying to just take out this Lickitung. Makes the swap. So now he's got 3 shields for his Diggersby on this Azumarill. Gets the first attack off. Mud Shots will do good against the Skarmory if it comes in. So Speedy should not be... Oh, snap. And it's Brave Bird. No. This is huge. If he calls the shield, this could be huge. Oh, my God. You're out of your mind! Now Azumarill's got the energy and can just bubble this down without even worrying about it.
Wow.
What a call. What a play by Shady Equation to go straight for the Brave Bird and understand that Diggersby is worried about those Ice Beams and they're trying to play a shield game. He's still got 30 seconds on each clock here. First Earthquake coming in. There's a shield on Azumarill.
He needs
Will it come through?
Shields, oh my gosh, that is just so devastating. He really
gets to the Earthquakes,
needed that to go through. But
he should have gone for what he really needed is a little more time to go up on that clock so he can make the swap. Remember, Trevenant's in there but no health left. Skarmory's in there with no health left. Azumarill's just building energy. Is there a Sky Attack? No. Unlike Shady Equation, Speediest Skarmory is bone dry of energy, and that is the 3rd matchup. Shady Equation 6-0. Who needs a round robin? We don't need to see Smush Up versus Speediest. Shady Equation just showed us why both of these battlers are inferior to him, why he's superior to both of these battlers.
5-1. Shmusif was able to get it in there, but yeah. A Shady Equation.
Oh, 5-1. Really, that's right.
Really showing a really good stuff. And yeah, taking out Speediest Chief and Shmusif there, and we'll be going on to the finals. So far we have Dunebug, the Season 3 World Champion. We have a Shady Equation, the Season 3 North American Continental Champion. And we have Bibilicious, the Season 3 European Continental Champion. But it does mean that now we are going to be getting our 4th competitor to progress, which is guaranteed to be a Season 3 Continental Champion, because in this next battle, we are going to be seeing Latin America versus APAC. We're going to be seeing Ventusky, the Latin American Continental Champion for both Season 2 and Season 3, up against Bar the Gamer, the APAC Continental Champion from Season 3. So no matter what way you cut it, we're actually seeing that the Season 3 has completely taken it out here and has shown that they are the most recent. They've got the champions in them. They've got the spirit, and they are going to be taking it all the way to the bank. But, I mean, what did you think of those battles that we just saw, Dr. T? Little less lag?
A little less lag. And yeah, just very controlled play from Shady Equation, I felt. Just controlling things, you know. If it lands the Brave Bird, brilliant. If it doesn't, gets the shield, and the Azu had it was going to get to 2 ice beams to take it out. Like, just knew the win con, knew the control, knew there was no health or energy on the other 2 Pokemon in the back, so no dramas there. Especially game 3, yeah.
Yeah. But either way... Oh, yeah, go ahead, Sosa.
No, absolutely. It was so good. I've been so intrigued about these last 2 continental, like last 2 regions. I'm so excited to see Latinum versus APAC now. And you're right, like all season 3, which is kind of telling, but it is very interesting. I'm just so excited to see Ventusky. This is the back-to-back guy. He like always shows up at Worlds. Like he's always in the World Finals. The last 2 seasons, he's been in the World Finals. Like I'm so excited to see him come back out. Bar the Gamer was a great battler in Season 3 during the Continentals too. Like the rematch here is just so... it's just so hype. I'm just so anticipating. Anticipating great matches here.
These two, Ventusky versus Bar the Gamer, they actually faced each other in the Season 3 Worlds, and Bar the Gamer eliminated Ventusky in the losers bracket with a 2-1. So this is sort of Ventusky's time to claw back, get his revenge, to take out Bar the Gamer from this branch of the competition. But I cut you off, Trotter.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just going to be 100% biased here, and let's go APAC.
Woo!
Cool, I'm going for Ventusky. He was my all-star buddy, and during All-Stars, we're like, no, Ventusky, 2-time world finalist, why don't you take a break? We've all got this. Don't worry about it. You just sit on the bench, be our alternate, and we all got wiped out.
But either way,
so I'm excited to see Ventusky. Yeah. He's such a great battler and a good man in the city, in the community. So Latinum, what's up? Woo! Who's playing?
Oh right! Oh my goodness!
Right into the matchup. Okay, so we've got the Ninetales.
No, this is from the last
Ninetales.
This is not the right battle, guys.
Oh,
are these the right teams too?
What is this? What are we seeing? What is happening right now, Steve? What is happening?
You and I were about to do Speediest first Shady Equation. Okay, so real quickly, both of the battlers are rocking that Lickitung, which we have seen have been so dominant in NA, was so good against EFMA as well. We've got a Sableye, which is probably one of the safest swaps out there, but you got Trevenant now out here. You've got the... Ninetales and the Swampert, which put pressure on the shields for that Sableye as well. So we'll see how that plays out. Trotter, what are you seeing, my friend?
Oh, well, I see where straight in here now.
Hey, Ventusky gets the call!
Oh, Ventusky does get a very strong position to lead and an attempted catch, and Ventusky just a little bit too on the ball for that catch. And I mean, well, this isn't super one-sided here. Those licks, look at that damage from those licks. Just oppressive. And Bar the Gamer going for the Smooth 100 energy before I throw a move.
Was it Smooth? I thought it was Shady Equation. But both of them were doing a ton of energy. So no shields again. We're getting our first of double sky attack, which I like this because if he gets the shield, he can go for the Brave Bird next. If he doesn't get the shields, he can go for another sky attack and bring this Pokemon into the red. Another body slam coming through before the wing attack snuck in, but it's Lick. I've seen Lick get snuck in on top like 3 times, as well as it's choosing to do body slam. Still not taking it out, but putting it to the red. Ooh. You saw the click for Brave Bird. This is
I saw the Brave Bird.
Look, he's gonna let it go. He's gonna let it go. Does he survive? I think he survives.
Yeah, he survives. Just survives.
He survives with 1 health. The CMP doesn't go through. There was 3 licks again. Lickitung is absolutely broken. Calling it here. The Brave Bird shield. Huge. Gets the shield finally.
I mean, that's a really good play because he wants to make sure he's not getting that Swampert on that Trevenant, right? That's more important than anything else in this matchup. So good plans there from Bar the Gamer. And whoa, coming back in with Trevenant.
I like that. Not revealing the Ninetales, really forcing the opponent to throw his third Pokemon first. Because remember, Lickitung is one of the safest swaps in the game. So if you're swapping it in the middle of the matchup against whatever, you got a good play. And especially if the Ninetales is going to be drawn out here, you can then line up both the Trevenant and the Lickitung with the grass Pokemon onto that Swampert.
Yeah, and I guess that Lickitung on Ventuski's side can throw the Power Whips onto the Swampert.
Yeah, this is huge. It's great. We already know there's a Swampert coming through. Weather balls aren't going to take... We know how Lickitung can take a weather ball, my friend. It's just, hey, I'm not even halfway done with my health. Now, this is fun. It's Sludge Wave on this Lickitung, on this Swampert. So if he gets some shields from these 2 Hydro Cannons, he could build up for a 3rd Sludge Wave and really put a lot of good hurt onto the Lickitung. Maybe even try to KO it with a sneak Sludge Wave.
Oh, wow. This Lickitung is just not getting to the energy quick enough. Here comes another Hydro from the Swampert. Swampert's almost at the 3rd one here, and it was CMP. So Body Slam bait coming in here. Oh, and the no
Not gonna take the bait.
Whoa,
That's huge.
The gamer, he knows.
Playing out of his mind.
Right?
Going for the 2nd Body Slam. He's like, you're not gonna shield this one. You will shield the Body Slam, or Swampert might live with 1 health. Oh, no. Swampert's out. It's the Ninetales with the shield against the Trevenant and this Lickitung. Oh, the Body Slam comes through before the Weather Ball. Does he shield here? I don't remember if Trevenant had energy. I guess now that you get the shield,
has the Seed Bomb
immediately. Yeah, swap immediately, gets the Seed Bomb. Is that deep enough, though? But Shadow Claws are real quick. These are fast moves. Shadow Claws can really do the damage. Seed Bomb comes in. Seed Bomb does it!
Oh, my goodness.
Seed Bomb does it! Wow!
Isn't Seed Bomb supposed to be a terrible charge move? It just took out 30%, maybe 33% of a Alola Ninetales. Wow. I was not...
you beast!
Ventuski knows the damage right up here, right?
So first off, to both battlers, huge. Both of them knew the game plan, what the energy was on the Power Whips, on the Body Slams, on the Lickitung with Ventuski, to allow it to do the Trevenant with the energy, to allow the Ninetales to come in and Weather Ball it down. Huge. I think if he shields and goes for that 3rd Hydro Cannon, like you said, he could have taken out that Lickitung, but the Lickitung going for straight double Body Slams did beautiful there to make sure that no extra energy was given to the Swampert, and no Hydro Cannon was thrown off there at the end, because that Swampert getting thrown off and taking out that Lickitung would have put Bar the Gamer in the win there.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, amazing no shield on that first Body Slam. Could have been a Power Whip. And then this, I think, had to shield there. Knows that the Swampert probably gets to a 2nd Hydro before the Lickitung licks it down, or it can just throw when it wants to. But I mean, in those split decisions, like you're thinking of that win con, and sometimes it's in your face, and you're thinking about doing that complex play, and it's just there. You just need to shield and throw. Sometimes you shield and throw.
Throw the double Body Slam spam. You don't need to go for the build up for the Power Whip. Just go for Body Slam spam. You could do it. It's magic.
And with the 8 extra licks.
Yeah, now that we know that Lickitung can just magically get you 8 licks no matter what in any matchup, we know that Powder Snow is on the Ninetales. Does Ventuski bring out his Sableye?
Ooh, I mean, that's risky with the Lickitung on Bar the Gamer as well. That's the fast move pressure from that. The Shadow Claws are going to do nothing. That's one of the advantages of Sableye. Shadow Claws, even neutral, end up chipping enough the foul plays plus the Shadow Claws are enough. But against Lickitung, it don't care. It don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's good to know. Then a Azumarill maybe might play, where if depending on what Ventusky has on it, because I really don't see Trevenant. I see Ninetales coming out all the time. I see Ninetales getting played all the time. Lickitung getting played all the time. So if there's Play Rough on the Azumarill. Dazzling Gleam on Ninetales, but if there's Play Rough on the Azumarill, then it can at least chunk away at that Lickitung for the later matchup that he's looking for, Ventusky's looking for in the third Pokemon play, whatever, that they have. But Swampert was so good again. That Pokemon is so threatening to everybody in any matchup. I'm surprised it doesn't get banned. It's one of those underrated Pokemon that just doesn't get the love because it's not on the top tier.
But I mean, Trevenant does threaten it so much, but even that, it still does like 35% damage for a Hydro Cannon on a Trevenant. Like, it's just disgustingly good.
And if you sneak in a Sludge Wave, that's pretty good against that grass typing too. Just saying. Who knows? You know who knows? Bar the Gamer and Ventusky, as we're about to get into match 2 now, battle 2 now. It is Bar the Gamer.
It's there.
There it is. Nah, Sableye building the energy. This is beautiful. The Swampert got to the Hydro Cannon. Sableye building up for the return. Throws first. Oh, CMP tie. Do you shield the first Hydro Cannon, Dr. Trotter?
I don't. I think you just eat it. You know you got an XL. It's insanely XL if you're Ventusky compared to the rest of it. Oh my goodness, and Lickitung catching a foul play. This is very interesting. The safe swap's there, but now there's no licks coming through. He can swap into that Skarmory. And those charge moves are negated. It's just lick and body slam, spam. Skarmory, I mean, Skarmory's probably sitting quite nicely here. Could go for the Brave Bird. Look, honestly, throw Caution of the Wind. Just throw the Brave Bird. I would just do it.
This quick into the switch? I would too, right? They're not expecting it. 2 shields. Go for the Brave Bird, but I think double Sky Attack, you can at least get a shield here. If you get the shield early, go for the Brave Bird twice. Go for the Brave Bird on the second one. But yeah, see, you can just farm down double Sky Attack, force the shields, but I'd say you don't have to worry about losing that defense debuff.
I love the Hail Mary play though, but here we go. And I mean, Swampert comes back out here. It's going to pressure with those Hydro Cannons. He knows the count. It needs to wait for 5 Air Slashes, and it's got 2 Hydro Cannons there. There's no way Ventusky shields this.
But look at what Air Slash does to Swampert too. Like, it's just brilliant damage onto those wing attacks, knocking it into the yellow at this point. Like, now you can bring in that Sableye who's only threw a foul play, and you've got 2 shields. You can invest, build the energy.
I think Ventusky may have even identified that it's likely to be the Ninetales there in the back and goes for the catch. Going up for the return. Going for the return, though, but throwing the foul play. So will we get the shield? Is the bait going to play off? It does!
Last second, Bar the Gamer calls the shield, and you get an immediate swap into the Lickitung. Now you get to that. I mean, Power Whip. We saw what Seed Bomb does to an ice Pokemon. What does Power Whip do to it? Dazzling Gleam, we saw it does most of the damage. What a shield! Knows that he just has to lick down, can take Hydro Cannons. He's got a shield left onto that Swampert. He's got energy on that that Sableye.
Yeah, not quite up to the 2, though. I mean, it's still really close. Amazing no shield here from Bar the Gamer. Knows he's going to just be throwing those body slams. Out comes the second one. Ooh. Just getting in ahead. Those 1-turn move versus the 2-turn move. Able to get in ahead. It looks like CMP, but it's not. It's a 1-turn difference. The differential there. And going for the Gleam. Going for the Nuke. Really wants to get this thing down so that the Swampert could potentially get 2 Hydros and sweep. And there, instant swap there. And, it's throwing straight away.
Yeah,
may have wanted to build up a little more energy.
No way, he's got a shield. Remember, the Sableye has energy. If he got to a body slam, he'd have to shield the Swampert before there it is. The foul play comes in. Now the Ninetales has health in the back. I think it's in a little bit of the red, whereas Sableye's red. Ooh, this is going to come really down to quick
close.
moves.
No, it's
Oh,
quick move.
powder snow all the way down. Ventusky. Ay, Dios mío. Oh, is that Bar the Gamer taking 2 now?
No, that's 1-1. 1-1.
1-1 each. Oh,
Ventusky won round 1.
That was. Oh, that's right. That's right. Wow. I don't. So we saw Trevenant come out. Now we saw Sableye come out. Swampert and Ninetales have definitely both played in every single matchup, and so has Lickitung. I mean, I don't know why I haven't invested in a Lickitung yet. I just should start building my XL immediately. What am I doing on a Grimer? Like, this is silly. So good of a Pokemon. And I like how Ventusky waits to the end to have it. He holds it on the end. You revealed the Swampert at the leads numerous amounts of times, so you know that that Power Whip is going to force the shield, or Body Slams are going to force shields. So I like how he holds it in the back, but I think he swaps it. I would say he leads with it this matchup. I wouldn't be surprised if he led with it.
No, not surprised at all. But Ventusky, bring the Trevenant. That Swampert has been doing so much work in both of these games. Bar the Gamer is bringing it no matter what, because it's got play against Skarmory, it's got play against Sableye, it's definitely got play against G-Fizz, play even against the stupid, insane licks that is that Lickitung. Yeah. I mean, it's got Sludge Wave, you can take out Azu. Bring your Trevenant. If you can get the Trevenant on that, I think that's the game for Ventusky. Otherwise, that Ninetales is just going to cause problems around the board for Ventusky.
I think he needs to match. I think he needs to stop matching the Skarmory up with the Lickitung, and I think he needs to go Lickitung into it, or just keep the lead with all of the energy to just chunk the Lickitung. That way he can pull the Skarmory out sooner with energy, so that he can do the damage onto the Swampert. I think that's, if he does that with the Trevenant and does that with the Skarmory, he can at least force shields and then get those seed bombs in. But we'll have to find out, as this is the third matchup of Latinum versus APAC, and it's a Azumarill into the Lickitung. And it's, what is that? Okay, so it's Dazzling Gleam, Ice Punch, or Ice Beam, Dazzling Gleam on the, or Play Rough on Dazzling. No, I'm sorry, it's Hydro Pump.
It's Hydro the pump. Oh,
and it's brought in Galarian Stunfisk.
Oh, and a shield. What a shield here from Ventusky. Very, very nice read there. But they've got the G-Fisk, and the Swampert is in the... Swampert is on Bar the Gamer's side. So he's gone Lickitung double ground. So knows he needs to stay in and win this match. And shields the pump. These players are throwing the nukes and calling it perfectly.
Oh my God, you got to get that Azumarill out of there, Ventusky, because you don't want to see that Galarian Stunfisk on the other side of your opponent on top of that Swampert. Now, he doesn't have Ice Beam, which is a huge tell why Swampert can just run tower, but this is not good. Maybe he's forcing both shields.
He can take it.
Not going to get both shields. Yeah.
He can take a pump. It's not super effective. It's a big move, but look. Takes it easily, and look how much energy, and now it's in Body Slam range, so you are well within your rights just to lick Body Slam, no dramas down, and yeah, it should be a no shield here from Ventusky.
Don't let this, oh no, this is huge. I say bring in your,
and brings in the G-Fisk. If you don't know the backline, that's the right play, right? If you don't know,
If you don't know, absolutely. If you don't know the backline of your opponent's backline, that is the right play. Keep the switch advantage. Keep a switch available. Don't want to RPS yourself. You don't know what to do in the back. You've chunked this the biggest problem on their team, the biggest health nut on their team, right? But you gotta save yourself some energy or a shield, because man, oh man, you know that Swampert's coming.
Yeah. Look, he's already hitting the Earthquake. He knows the Swampert's there. He's going to Earthquake and then dip straight and put it all on Lickitung. Like, it's all on black. It's all on pink in this case.
Oh, no!
Earthquake, it lands!
Through. The licks are going to do damage. Here comes the Power Whips now. Now it's just Power Whips. Ooh. Now Ventusky's probably going, crap. I really wish I had my Azumarill right about now. But he's going to do the chunk damage on the Power Whips, and he lost all of his energy on the Galarian Stunfisk. So there's no energy on that G-Fizz, where the Swampert still had energy. couple of taps and had close to a Hydro Cannon. So this is really up to Bar the Gamer pressuring with these Earthquakes, trying to force a shield out of Ventusky here.
Yeah, this is really not amazing for Ventusky here. Forced to shield that one.
Are you gonna body slam fake this? Because you've got the timer. The timer's up.
The timer is up. The energy just isn't there. I think, you can just let this go and Hydro Cannon with the shield, and you should be fine.
Body slam onto that. Yes, this is, oh my God, Ventusky can actually pull this out. He can swap immediately into the Glaring Stunfisk and build the energy. 1, 2. Can he get to the rock slide in time? The Hydro Cannon's pushed. No, not in time. But there's one more tap for the second Hydro Cannon. Ventusky trying everything he can, hoping that he had just a little more energy.
Oh, no energy.
Yeah, Hydro Cannon's gone. Hydro Cannon can take out Lickitung right here. Bar the Gamer showing us why APAC is gravy. Boom, Lickitung is out. Swampert. Never sleep on a Swampert.
What did he say?
I don't know why people sleep on Swampert. It's so good.
Trevenant Ventusky, the Swampert was there. I mean, Trevenant even has some reasonable play against the G-Fisk. So, Ventusky.
Now it would have been a Trevenant lead. Trevenant lead into Lickitung might have cost him still.
True.
Remember, he led into the Azumarill into the Trevenant, into the Lickitung, but also as well, both times Swamperts were leads for Bar the Gamer. So I liked how he wasn't trying to reveal the third Pokemon in the back, but definitely at the back there, like you said, if you don't know what your opponent has, in the back, that was the right play, and I think Bar the Gamer realized that the Azumarill didn't have Ice Beam on it.
Yeah, building up that huge amounts of energy, just always going for the pumps. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard not to play a player off, right? Because there's time if you get in the mirror, you lose. And there's nothing worse than losing your mirror.
And Ice Beam would have done really good damage against a Swampert and put that extra pressure there too. So it definitely was a tell. So who are our finals now? We've got Bar the Gamer versus Dunebug. Oh, Bibilicious.
Isn't this fancy?
We've
got our
equation.
4 competitors here. We've got Dunebug as that reigning world champion who's gone straight into the finals alongside Bar the Gamer, getting that APAC representation in up against Ventusky, getting another 2-1 against Ventusky, mirroring the world championships last year. We have Bibilicious taking out Mephis AMD from EU, and a Shady equation getting wins in up against both Shmusif and Speediest Chief to land the North American spot in here. So we have 2 North Americans gracing the halls, and now we've got a little bit of a round robin to fill out here. So we'll see how we do go as we go through all of these battles. Now, I believe first up we're going to have Bar the Gamer staying in the hot seat this time, taking on Bibilicious. So we've got the APAC versus EU coming up, and it's going to be me and Dr. Trotter. So, Sosa, we'll see you in a sec, and we'll jump into the teams. And this time, I'll be a little less... I accidentally started the battles on the last one twice. So this time, it's going to be all smooth.
We still love you, Steve.
But at this point, none of the teams are new. We've seen both of these battles before. So, I mean, Dr. T, what are you sort of looking forward to as we go into this first battle?
Look, we saw it last time. That Swampert from Bar the Gamer is just absolutely annihilating the competition. So, let's see if Bibilicious can get that Trevenant out there. I mean, it's not as needed, I feel like, than Ventusky. But, yeah. It'll be interesting. And Scrafty, Scrafty just has so much less play against Bar the Gamer.
Yeah.
Yes, it's great against. It obviously absolutely walls the crap out of that Lickitung and G-Fisk, but it's gonna do pretty well against Trevenant too. But it's just, I feel like running the Scruffy is just going to make it a very RPS sort of matchup. And I think that's one thing we've seen from most of our opponents so far is they don't like to get themselves sucked into an RPS situation. They seem to want to have flexibility with movesets, build up extra energy catch, just dip out at the right times. Lots of different dynamic plays. So that's something I think we can all learn from these genuine, like, best in the world battlers, is that they don't just put themselves in RPS situations.
Yeah, and that comes down to both, not only how you are playing in the game, like building up that extra energy and swapping out, but it also comes into that sort of building your team in the first place. They've sort of brought on these Pokemon that can sort of have a little bit of flexibility. Like, I'm looking at the 6 Pokemon here, and none of them are going to get, like, completely walled in a particular spot. I mean, G-Fisk versus Skarmory is about as rough as you're going to get there. But everything else, like, G-Fizz can throw Earthquakes at things, Skarmory can throw Brave Birds at things. Lickitung still able to just put on the hurt, especially with the extra licks. And Trevenant, even when it's stuck against Skarmory, still has Shadow Balls to throw. So it's like, there's a lot of, these are the best battlers in the world. They've got some really great Pokemon. They know how to use them. It's just about playing the mind games, playing it on the bit more of the micro level and figuring out where the win cons are, identifying them and making sure you go for that while preventing your opponent from winning. That's the secret, isn't it? Win games. Don't let the opponent win.
Do good stuff. Win games do good stuff. And since the Rock Slide nerf, Skarmory versus G-Fisk actually ends up being a close matchup. You can actually win the matchup with the Skarmory if you can balance it right, and your opponent, because what always happens is your opponent gets super greedy and wants to come out with 100 energy. Everyone says build up to 2 Rock Slides before you throw the first one, and then it seems to be that they want to come out of the matchup with a Rock Slide. If they want to do that, Skarmory can land a Brave Bird at the end when they think it's only a Sky Attack because they know how much better they are. They're not even counting energy, and you can win the matchup 100%. So no worries there. It's all close. I think Swampert against G-Fisk is the hardest. Oof.
Yeah, big ouchies. But I guess we just have to wait and see. Does Bibilicious bring the Trevenant, even though they don't have to as much here? And we are seeing the Lickitung into the Skarmory. So this is not an awful matchup for either, although Lickitung likes it a little bit less just because the Sky Attacks really do start adding up. But you can see the licks are actually adding up pretty quick as well.
Oh my goodness.
Look how low that Skarmory's health is just going just from licks. And
oh, wow. And goes for the catch and doesn't get it. Ooh. That's a really interesting tell here, because with that Medicham in the back as well, that Skarmory is now loaded up with 2 Sky Attacks. Really going to put it on bar the game aside. Didn't get the catch, but lands the Earthquake, and that does a lot. And we see Ice Beam and Hydro Pump. So are we going to go for the baits? No, just going straight for Pump.
This is,
doesn't want to have to shield another Earthquake, I think, is the situation. Oh my goodness.
Wow. What a shield. What a good shield. And now going to get another Earthquake and put the pressure back on Bibilicious.
It doesn't need to shield, but if it doesn't shield this, it's basically giving up the match, and correctly calls the Earthquake shield. So again, now this is still a favorable matchup for the Azu, but look how fast. Oh my goodness, it's at another Earthquake. This is why G-Fisk is such a good Pokemon. Only a slight energy lead and no shield, and takes the Earthquake, but and catches. Oh no, wait. Wow. Switched in, didn't catch.
Through the
snipe.
Oh, was that a refund? That must have been he had to tap the move there. Oh, I guess no, it was desync. I don't think it was a fake CMP.
No, well, yeah, not desync. It's just G-Fisk threw one fast move ahead.
Yeah.
So it didn't register. And there goes the switch. And now, interesting, straight into that Skarmory, throwing the Sky Attack. Ooh, bar the game are going to let this one go. A Sky Attack will almost take out the G. Oh, no, it won't. No, it won't. Sorry. Won't take out the G-Fisk. You need to, even a Brave Bird won't take out the G-Fisk from here. But then also, look how little damage this Rock Slide does.
Yeah.
When we get to see it. Because
hang on.
It will take a little while, but yeah, it will definitely. Oh, and it's a Brave Bird. Oh, and now it will still, even though it's debuffed, it will still just survive this, and should Air Slash down. Just survives and swaps the Medicham. Oh, the Medicham snipe. The snipe.
I think
And what moveset is this Medicham running? Because Lickitung, the licks will be great, but so will the counters. And this is going to be a close one. I think you're going to need, Bibilicious is probably going to need that Azu as a sack swap here, and it's not available yet. So out comes the Psychic. No shields here. This is really, really strongly in Bar the Gamer's favor with that snipe there, not able to get that extra bit of energy off on the Skarmory.
Yeah, and having a shield in tow as well. So this first body slam is just going to do nothing. It's just going to disappear, float into the wind. And a couple more counters, and this Lickitung is going to be Gonski without even a chance of that Azumarill coming in as the extra shield. Oh, this body slam, it's not going to take Medicham out. It's going to hang on. It's going to counter.
No. I'm assuming Bar the Game is running a very heavy XL. Yeah, look, there it is. Counter, and then you got a Psychic. You just throw it just to be sure. Yeah, you can see him tapping the Psychic, even though Azu's dry. And my golly gosh, Bar the Game are pulling that one out.
It's exactly as he said, with, energy in all sorts of spots, people playing around these sort of fluid matchups and not trying to get themselves stuck in these, hard countery positions. And Bar the Game able to come out in the end. It was really close.
It was very close, and I think the lick damage is just, oh my gosh, it's real, right?
That was the insane. Just that watching that Skarmory's health bar go down, just dropping to just licks. It was down to almost half just from the lick damage, and then Lickitung got out of dodge with energy in the bank. It was just crazy to see, and I guess it is just that, it's a one-turn move. At minimum, all moves have to do at least 1 damage. I don't know if there's any, bulk points or break points to make it do a second damage, but you don't even need that. Just consistent 1 damage every single turn. And, those licks just come out hot and heavy, and, able to just clinch it out in the end with that Medicham doing a lot of work. No fighting moves needed. Hasn't revealed the Ice Punch, which could be scary for something like a Trevenant if it does end up rearing its head from Bibilicious' side. But either way, I think he's in a pretty good position.
Well, it was in that game, but as we know, Steve, things change quickly in Pokemon. you sometimes you get a feel for your opponent, and you can predict what they're going to do next. When you know your opponent, you can predict things, and you can just, we saw earlier on, who was it? There was somebody whose backline just constantly was countering.
That was back in, I think was that Bibilicious? Bibilicious up against Memphis Flow, AMD.
Yeah, it was. Just the backline was just too strong from Bibilicious. So if he can channel some of that backline pressure, get it going again, I mean, these are the best battlers in the world. Any of them can take this thing out.
Yeah, I mean, both of these battlers have taken out a Continental final. They had to take out the best in their own regions to get that title. So, we'll jump into game 2 here with Bar the Gamer up 1-0. And we see that Lickitung again, this time going to the Azu. So, definitely better for the Lickitung than it was up against the Skarmory. But you can see that the Scrafty has actually come out from Bibilicious' side, ready to take it on. But we see actually the swap out into Lickitung Mirror.
Wow, this actually sets up the Scrafty so well to sweep in the back, right? Because now, Bar the Gamer's Medicham's out. Even if Bibilicious loses this matchup, it's got that Azu there, and then Scrafty can sweep.
Yeah, that's a really good play. This is heads up.
This is crazy. This is just 100% ABB. This is perfect ABB from Bibilicious. Get the Medicham out with the Lickitung, sweep with the Scrafty, which is a risky play because there's still Swampert and there's still Ninetales.
But not here. Not now. Not that Bibilicious knows it, but they've really called it well. And burning their second shield on the Lickitung, wanting to win switch from Bibilicious' side. Sort of interesting. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Bar the Gamer does have that shield advantage, but and I guess the little bit of extra lick energy isn't going to be devastating for when the Scrafty comes in, but it's not great. I feel like you would have rather get that energy onto the Scrafty early on. Oh my gosh, lick takes so long.
Oh my goodness. Resist that. Now, this is the news. That's one damage licks there, right there, with something that has too much HP for the game to allow. Now, here we go. It's got to be Scrafty. Scrafty comes out, going to soak up all of this energy. And then you've got an Azu against the G-Fist. This is just even more playing into Bibilicious' favor. Bar the gamer, I mean, G-Fisk, it's close, but it's still not great.
Yeah, there's a little bit more play, but it's not something you love to see. There's the swap into the G-Fisk because they're deciding to stay in with the Scrafty. I guess, I mean, you could stay around for a couple counters now that they're powered up. The Mud Shot isn't really doing much damage. Charge up a little extra energy so you've got a power punch to throw against Lickitung.
You can catch the Earthquake too, Steve.
You can, but I feel like he hasn't. I think he's tapped it.
I think that's CMP, yeah. But I mean, look how much damage, yeah. Force the shield a pup. Look how much damage. Shield's down, and now, once this comes through, that G-Fisk is dry. It's dry. It's got no shields in the back. Azu still has a ton of health, and it's got a pump. It's got an ice beam. It can take. Oh wow! Oh okay. This is a little bit riskier because how much energy does that Lickitung have in the back? If it's got a power whip,
it threw 2 body slams, didn't it?
Yeah, but an Earthquake. Oh, it does get the Earthquake off that bubble. Okay. It's going to go through to KO. And it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Yeah, insta swap. No, it doesn't have the power whip. It was close. Couldn't get the 8 extra licks that Bar the Gamer needed there on the Lickitung to take this one out. Ice Wing going to KO here, and then one more bubble. GG's to Bibilicious.
Yeah, and that puts it into a 1-1 position. Bibilicious fighting back, as you said, bringing that essence back from his phase 1 battle and taking it all out there. And it really just it was just clean, as you said. ABB, the Scrafty, able to do an absolute ton of work there, and just really, really heads up identification from the get go. My strategy is if I get a bad lead, I swap into Lickitung, I bait out the Metacham, and I play from there. And, shielded 2 sidekicks along the way. We both weren't sure if it was the perfect play to protect Lickitung and leave it in and not bring in the Scrafty. But, I mean, I guess remembering the fact that Bibilicious did not know for certain by the gamer's backline, probably safer to win that switch advantage. Play that way.
Yeah, and it played out really, really well in the end. Now you really feel like Bar the Gamer has to respond somehow, right? You can't just keep doing the same thing and get there. So there's got to be a response. And looking at everything, my response would be that Swampert. That Swampert is just we've seen it. It's so good. Even, I guess it's not a great matchup against Lickitung or Azu, but it's so good. I think you're still fine to bring it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still able to do so much damage. Like, the Hydro Cannons on Lickitung still add up. Power Whip still takes a while to charge up to, so it's not like you're in a terrible spot. Again, these Pokemon have some play up against each other, but with the 1-1, I guess we'll jump into Game 3 and try to take it away with the Swampert coming in.
Swampert, and there's no better place for this Swampert to really land it unless it's G-Fisk. So charging up here. Now, let's see. Is Bibilicious going to throw the Sky Attack? Yes, does throw the Sky Attack. Puts a little bit of pressure here on Swampert to shield, knowing that Swampert needs 2 shields. And yes, the Air Slashes plus the Sky Attack come out a little bit too quick. So Swampert forced the shield. Bibilicious, I predict no shield this one. And we get into the nitty gritty when this second Hydro Cannon comes in as to what needs to happen here.
Bar the Gamer farming up, knows his counts, know that a Sky Attack wasn't going to come through just yet, and timing it perfectly, and Bibilicious just going to let it go. I guess has he got Lickitung in the back? Lickitung.
Oh, it survives.
Oh. Wow.
And, oh my goodness, a catch from Bar the Gamer. Wants to preserve that Swampy. Okay. And here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh no! Why, Bibilicious? Why are you putting us through this?
So
Now-
we can focus on something that isn't the Lickitungs. This is actually not great for Bar the Gamer. I feel like Bar the Gamer had a really nice spot there where he had, the Swampert against the Skarmory. He has the Lickitung that he could have had against Azu. He had the Medicham that he could have had against Lickitung. Not that it's sort of the best, but now he's using up the Lickitung here, and there's an Azu on Bibilicious' side and Medicham on Bar the Gamer's side hanging out in the back, which is
That's true.
not as
But
good.
Steve, the thing we got to remember is we saw that Swampert has the Sludge Wave, and it's got energy. It's got an energy advantage.
Oh my.
So this game ain't over. Anything could happen. Shields will be super important in the back end of this match. Right now, oh wow, a quick swap into the Medicham,
Okay.
catching a body slam, and are we going to see an instant reply coming into that Azu?
I think we have to, unless you want to get some energy. Oh no, throws the. Wait,
Was that a switch? That looked weird. That was a weird visual.
I don't know.
I'm
what
not
just
sure what you're doing, Niantic.
What is this?
What is
going
this?
on?
Why did that do no damage?
Swap me out! I'm really. I don't know what just happened. I'm really confused. I thought that he only had one move and then he threw it and then.
Was that double move thing?
Anyway, as you up
Oh
against
my goodness.
Medicham.
I'm so lost. And it was a no shield on. Wait, what happened? Did that a shield? Did that do no damage in the? I'm so lost, Steve. We're gonna replay this one back, please.
I'm so confused.
Yeah. Sosa saw something. Sosa needs to talk.
Psychic debuff. We've got the defense debuff on the Azumarill. So if the Sludge Wave hits, this could wipe out the Azumarill. The Psychic debuff is huge. Here we go.
Thank you, Sosa. And here we go, indeed. And it's going to... Oh, it gets shielded.
That's huge.
It's a shield. And in comes this. Now, Pow...
We still have a shield. We still have a shield on Lickitung. Gonna be able to... Oh, I think
This
you have
is-
to throw the body slam.
Oh, no. I think you have to shield and then lick down, I think is the play. Because that Skarmory is dry and you need the Power Whip. And now Azu can come back in.
I think he can still get to the Power Whip.
It could. It's a 2 Ice Beams. Power. I think it's going to get there, but and there's no time. Look at the switch timer. There's no ability for the catch. It's there. It is there. This doesn't KO though. This is close, but it won't quite KO. It will just survive.
Time for the lick first bubble damage. He's not going to charge move because he knows that it would get shield. Oh, he's going for it now. Trying to get the 1 HP damage. The 1 HP damage through the shield.
It depends if a lick got through. If there's a lick got through, this gets KO'd. If it doesn't... Oh, no, he needed another bubble. I wasn't at the double. He was not at the double there. And out comes Skarmory. Oh, my goodness.
And the 1 lick charge move getting in quicker before the bubble can as well. Oh.
And a time up. And a timeout there too, right at the end. Oh, my gosh. Now, I have to ask Steve, was there any contention over the... whatever head that was, they just let it go?
Nope, I've never seen this before. I have no idea what just happened.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever did
we need to get...
the battlers were happy enough with it, that it seemed normal enough, that the result still went the way it was supposed to go.
Let's get Bill in. We need Bill in to explain to us what happened, because I am lost. That threw me so hard, I didn't even notice the psychic debuff.
Yeah, that was... we're going to have to, we're going to have to that was just wacky.
Now, I see someone with their hand up in the background. I feel like we need some input here.
Let's head his way, shall we?
That psychic debuff was so huge because it allowed the Sludge Wave to actually draw a shield. The Sludge Wave wouldn't have drawn the shield if the debuff didn't happen. So the fact that he swapped out his Lickitung to have it have half health so that it can at least get to another Power Whip on an Azumarill if it needs to, throwing the Sludge Wave on the debuff, forcing the shield meant that when Power Whip came back, it was actually going to like go through and get that shield off of that Azumarill. The play was so important, like so needed on that psychic debuff that it's like literally forced Bibilicious to shield and keep his Azumarill alive. But at the same time, I felt like he could have caught, or why he didn't throw the Power Whip sooner. Like, these guys were literally, like, playing with energy, and you're sitting there like, oh my god, why aren't you throwing a move? What's happening? Like, trying to lick it down or trying to be cool. Like, when they started swapping out, when Bar the Gamer won it, when he started swapping out, so his 3 Pokemon who are great at generating energy on charge moves, great at putting all have pressure onto whatever the normal Bibilicious had. The Skarmory was down to nothing at that point. He knew exactly what he needed to do. He needed to keep his Swampert alive to keep the shield pressure on. When the debuff came out, he definitely just went straight for Sludge Wave because he wanted that shield pressure. And then he brought in the Lickitung with that half health to just do what Lickitungs do, and that is soak up energy. It was literally the macro play out of left field. Like, you literally could get lost in it. Like, thank God I wasn't watching the first few things that you guys were talking about, and then I started watching what was happening with because the Lickitung thing, I started reading like an entire thesaurus. I was like, thesaurus AN through AZ, like, let's learn some words. But yeah, once the debuff propped off, like, it turned into a whole new ball game, and you can tell by the way they were trying to energy preserve on the Azumarill and save the Skarmory for shield, but it didn't work out in Bibilicious's favor. It was really the macro play was so intense there. Oh my god, I'm sorry. It was so good. Both battlers, like. Because you guys are both right. It could have gone either way. They were both playing within the game that was happening there. Because you've all done it, oh, I've got this, I'll just lead to this, I'll throw this and get the shield. Like, you've done that. But in the game, and this is why I love the debuffs and the procs, when they proc, it's a whole new ball game. You've got to, for shield, thank God he was able to swap out and bring in, take out Azumarill to lose that debuff, or he could have just body slammed him. He could have just body slammed him down like that. It's so smart. So smart. Sorry, it was. I love these tournaments. Yes, champions.
Yeah, but even though like it was so close and it's still a 2-1, but it does mean that because it's a round robin, everyone's still in it to win it. Bibilicious. The photo should really be on the left side. Whoever made this table really should have put the photos on the left. But it's reading left to right. So Bar the Gamer hanging out with 2 wins and Bibilicious with 1, but still plenty of battles to go. So we're going to be hopping. Sosa's disappeared for a sec, but we are going to be hopping into me and Sosa for going back to North America. Actually, we're going to see Dunebug 97 coming in for his first battles up against a Shady equation. It's going to be the world champion versus the North American Continental champion. Now, this battle is not correct. This isn't the one.
Still not correct.
Pay no attention to the battle on the screen. But don't hate me, guys, please.
Wait for the drum roll, Steve.
that was the battle 3 from the last one. It is all good. I'll do better maybe from now on. But Dunebug is coming in with the first fresh team in a while, and he has brought in some fresh Pokemon. Look at this, Sosa. I mean, we've got Venusaur. We've never seen before. Umbreon, haven't seen it. Alolan Marowak, we haven't seen it. And those are the just 3 Pokemon that can make this a lot of fun or cause a lot of pain in Umbreon's case. With an Umbreon and Dunebug side, a Mandibuzz and Lickitung on a Shady equation side, I would not be surprised if we see a timeout today, Sosa.
Another one? Like, we've already seen 2. And it wasn't literally a timeout. It was literally like, they won literally as time was up. It's like last move out and time's up. First off, again, bringing in the underrated Pokemon of Swampert with those moves, bringing in basically the mirror of Swampert of grass in the clone of Venusaur, another grass Pokemon that is just so underrated, especially with you see these normals and fairies flying around. You can hit that Sludge Bomb, you can throw those Frenzy Plants real quickly, they do the damage, they hurt, they still hurt the things like the G-Fisk, so loving it. Then you get not the bird of this, you don't get the Umbreon of the sky, you get the Umbreon, and I actually like Umbreon a lot better than Mandibuzz because a lot of battlers now have stuff that are anti-flyer, whether it's ice, whether it's rock, and all of that stuff doesn't matter on Umbreon. Like, none of it really matters. So I feel like nowadays when you play GBL and you play these open Great League metas, people that bring in Mandibuzz kind of put themselves at a disadvantage because there's so many ice Pokemon, there's so much rock flying around. Where Umbreon, you're really only worried about a counter user on top of maybe Speediest Chief would have brought in Fortress. Like, maybe. But that is a reach and a half. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel Umbreon's got a lot better play. So I think Dunebug has a great line. Again, each of these Pokemon are all coming for your shields. These are the original Season 1. I would say this is a Season 1 team. Hands down, Season 1 team. I would say get rid of Shadow Bone on Marowak and give us Shadow Ball Dunebug. Let's have some fun. But that's a Season 1. That's a Season 1 team right there. And I'm about this team.
Yeah. I mean,
where Shady Equation... We've seen Shady Equation play his lineup numerous amounts of times, so it's interesting to see these new Pokemon like Venusaur and Umbreon and Marowak against the Lickitung.
Yeah, I really do like that sort of retrospective to Season 1. I mean, this whole event is sort of a little bit of a, it's looking back. It's looking back at Season 3, Season 2, Season 1, and this is definitely feels a bit more core. I mean, Venusaur, I have great memories. Brought me my first tournament win back in the Twilight Cup, February 2019.
Oh my God.
Way back when. Yeah. So it's...
You should have seen me begging everybody. Does anybody have a Frenzy Plant Venusaur? Blastburn Charizard? Frenzy Plant Venusaur? Blastburn? Like, nobody in my community was around to help me out. I was in New York when I was traveling. I was like, hey, Pokemon guys, you guys do you have a Frenzy Plant Venusaur to trade? They'd be like, no. Like, oh. So great Season 1 nod. Absolutely. It's such a great Pokemon. Undervalued.
Yeah. I mean, I only had mine.
I'm glad it got you good.
It was a hundo that just happened to still be under Great League.
I just needed a Frenzy Plant. I just needed a Frenzy. I didn't have it. I went my entire Season 1 without Frenzy Plant Venusaur or Blastburn Charizard, and I was still top 2,000 in the world. I will take that to the grave.
Let's go.
Real quickly, have these two played in the finals? Did they play? Was this the final matchup of Season 3 Worlds, right?
Yeah,
this was the finals, right?
Finals. Dunebug came in here as the champion of the winners bracket. Shady Equation lost in the very first round and then swept through the losers bracket to face Dunebug in the finals, where Dunebug, in an absolutely crazy battle, ended up winning 2-0. It was absolutely insane. It was me and Caleb Peng at the time were like, okay, this battle's done. Shady Equation's about to win the battle. We're sort of headed for a reset here. We might get some different bands. And then Dunebug just came out of left field with it, Scrafty doing Scrafty things and just took it out. And it was absolutely insane. Dunebug definitely
that's what King did. That's what King did to Speediest Chief in Season 2. He's like, oh, he's so done. He's just so done. There's no, oh my God, there's moves are happening. You're like, oh yeah, never underestimate the battler themselves. Like, this is what I love about it now. Like, in Season 1, this lineup would have been on everybody's team. But as you can see now, we're in Season 3. The lineups change. The Pokemon, you can get out, dig deep, and grab whatever Pokemon you want and build great teams that put up amazing battles now. It is not just Venusaur, Umbreon, Marowak. You can get a Ninetales. You can get Scrafties. You've got Umbreons, Trevenants, Dedenes. Like, anything you want. Like, great Pokemon are out here now. Like, I just love the evolution of battling through this, and I can't wait to see these two have their rematch.
Let's see. Shady Equation gonna try and take down the champ in his debut in the Clash of the Champions. Sosa, take it away.
Yo, that Marowak looks real dirty. So you got Trevenant into the Skarmory, and that's perfect. Azumarill, Trevenant's in the back. He's probably going to want to line up his Umbreon, so why not stay with the Sky Attack here? Go straight for the pressure, put it down on the Azumarill. This is kind of what you want. I don't know what the third Pokemon is in the back yet. We have not revealed it. It is the G-Fizz. Actually, this is exactly what Dunebug wants. He stays in here, and he can just keep his Pokemon exactly countered like he wants to. This is a hard RPS for Shady Equation. We're going to have to see hopes and prayers on Shady Equation side here.
Yeah, I mean, Shady Equation, obviously, you're in that spot where you see the Pokemon, you've got your hard counter, as Trotter and I talked about before, G-Fisk in the back that you want to line up against Skarmory. You swap into something that's, or I guess another hard counter in Azu, hoping that the Skarmory sort of swaps out of there, but it's just not leaving. I think he's sort of gone for a little bit of an AVB sort of deal, but not falling for it here, because as you said, he's got the Umbreon for the Trevenant, he's got the Medicham for the G-Fisk, and it's really just unfortunate for a Shady Equation. I really don't think there is much that he can do to get out of this one. It's a little bit sticky here. Although, Dunebug actually not shielding. I thought that he would want to win switch advantage here to make sure that he got that RPS. But no, deciding, hey, Scarp can go down. I'll get some energy on one of these things. I mean, what do we...
That Azumarill has so little health. He can build up the energy and throw it. Now, we don't know what the Medicham has. As Umbreon's just going to do it. Umbreon's going to... Oh my god, he's building up so much energy. Can he get it out before the Ice Beam comes through? No, not in time. So he sees that it will be the Galarian G-Fizz. He's going to go for Dark Pulse, going to just get the chunk damage. He knows that the Trevenant is going to come back for the Medicham. Does the Medicham have Ice Punch? If the Medicham has Power Up Ice Punch, he wins. Hands down just wins this matchup because he can just throw Ice Punch on that grass and force those shields. Again, another... I like how what he's doing here. I like this style. Putting as much damage down onto the G-Fisk before G-Fisk throws or has to... Oh, wow. Has to get out of there. Now he's G-Fizz baiting the Earthquake. Oh, my gosh. Dunebug knows what he can take. Dunebug knows what he can take.
That's really unfortunate. Shady Equation really just trying to get a shield out of Dunebug here, but Dunebug not budging, knows that he's brought Umbreon for a reason, and that reason is that he's an absolute tank. He can just take hits and hits and hits. We were talking about the RPS with Medicham being the counter to G-Fisk. Look at what Umbreon's doing to G-Fisk. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Goodness.
Dark Pulse, such a bigger... I mean, it's just like the bigger brother to the foul play with the sort of bigger damage. But, I mean, we are going to see the Earthquake come through, but Umbreon is still going to hang on. We finally see Dunebug shield, at least. But, yeah.
Why not?
Why not? And this Trevenant in the back, which is going to be able to do barely anything to Umbreon.
And if I'm homeboy, I'm swapping out because Trevenant might have the 2 shields, but I know that the Medicham can come... Oh my god, he knows it too. Shady Equation's like, just do what you gotta do. Dark Pulse me, please. Dark Pulse me down! You have a third Pokemon in the back!
Yeah, I mean...
The only way Trevenant wins this is if he builds up for a Shadow Ball and throws it onto the... Like, he has to farm down Umbreon for Shadow Ball. Yeah. That's not in his favor. I did not realize how oppressive Umbreon is against Shady Equation's entire team.
Yeah, I mean, Azu is the only thing that's really like hard countering it there. And just wasn't able to line it up. I mean, swapped it into the Skarmory and Skarmory didn't leave. And Skarmory's just like, hello. Pew, pew, pew. And to get taken out at the end. But we actually saw Umbreon take out all 3 Pokemon there. It snarled down the Azu. It snarled down the G-Fisk. And it Dark Pulsed the Trevenant in the end. Umbreon OP. Dunebug really showing why everyone should be jealous of the Umbreon. Shady Equation look at his Mandibuzz and be like, man, why couldn't have gone the OG? Bringing that Umbreon. But I'm still really hoping that we might see some Alolan Marowak because it is a fun Pokemon to see. But, I mean,
that's going to be tough because it looks like we're going to just get back to the G-Fisk, Azumarill, and Lickitung lineup for Shady Equation. I doubt the Marowak is going to play. I'd love to see it too, especially on that Trevenant. But... oh well,
Well, indeed.
Does Umbreon come in as the lead again, the swap again, or do you bring it as the lead this time?
I think it's
it's
nice
so
to keep
strong
him
throughout
back.
the entire. Yeah, it's so strong against his entire team. Like, if you could draw out the Azumarill, right? Maybe that's what Shady Equation, Dunebug does again. Bring in the Skarmory, draw out the Azumarill, see what you can do after that.
Dunebug's too busy being the one step ahead of Shady Equation. Shady Equation made the swap into Azu to try and draw something out, and then Dunebug did nada. It's like, haha, pew pew pew.
Didn't even see the third Pokemon.
Yeah,
didn't even reveal what the third Pokemon was. He could play with anything right now. Shady Equation sitting there going, oh, I really needed a counter. Well, not having a counter user is super hardful. Or a Charmer at this point.
Yeah, Azu. Just get the Azu on the Umbreon. Azu on Umbreon. That is not Azu on Umbreon, but it is a lot better for a Shady Equation than the last one.
Absolutely a lot better. And then you get the Skarmory into, wow, this is a lot better. The Azu into the Umbreon are their backs. You see the Trevenant into the Swampert. So we'll find out how they're going to play this. Because remember, Doc Trotter said that Skarmory could win this if he just goes for the Brave Bird and farm down. Like, you could see a play here where no one's going to shield, and Dunebug might know that he's just got to go for broke here. So he's going to allow the first Sky Attack to go through. And this is what I love about debuffs, man. They mind game. You play with your head. You can do what you need to do. In comes another Rock Slide. The second Rock Slide in on Dunebug. Immediately, no shields.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to go for the Brave Bird too early because then you'll be debuffed and these Rock Slides will do even more. So Dunebug again charging up to the Brave Bird, but Shady Equation going, this is a Sky Attack. I know what's up. I'm in your head now, and just letting that all go through. Another Rock Slide though. We'll see if Dunebug does. Not going to shield. Really would be nice to land a Brave Bird from the Skarmory. Like, it would just be nice. So I'm assuming you pretty much just have to go for it here because there's no reason not to. Oh, we get the Rock Slide coming off first, so you have to
forcing the shield.
Yeah.
Forcing the shield. That's so smart. Instead of just farming it down, still has energy, forcing the shield, knows that another attack is going to come. But the debate was this Brave Bird or was it Sky Attack? This was Sky Attack, right?
Brave Bird,
no, this was Brave Bird. Okay. Oh, I thought he threw Sky Attack to kind of bait him out and like totally mind game because these guys could do it. Have a Sky Attack in the back ready to go and a Sky Attack wins it all. But, ooh.
This is
so there's energy on.
This is not looking great for Dunebug though, because this G-Fisk around, it's going to put an Earthquake onto his. Oh, and he's letting the Earthquake come through. This is really going to hurt. Look at the back line. So there's the Trevenant there. Dunebug knows that Trevenant is around, so he's sort of a little bit happy to let Swampert go a little bit because he knows, hey, I know I've got a really bad matchup, so I'm just going to let this go, and I'm going to sort of leave it to my trusty Umbreon to try and take out another game. But there is the Azumarill on a Shady Equation side this time. And this is basically GG's. Like, we could just fast forward through this battle at this point. We know what's happening.
Hold on. There is a Sludge Wave now onto that Swampert. So we will see how this plays out. That Swampert might throw the Sludge Wave onto the Azumarill.
It's still alive. I thought it was gone.
No, it is not gone. He pulled it immediately and brought the Umbreon in with the extra damage. Here comes the first shield onto the first play rough. He can go again for another last resort and take this Azumarill out. But you know what? There is 3 Pokemon still around on Shady Equations and a shield. So yes, this is 100% in Shady's Equations position to lose, or if some strange, crazy lag pops up. But the beauty of throwing Rock Slide only on that Skarmory back to back and getting the energy for the Earthquake so that he was ready to throw onto that Swampert was so good on Shady Equation's part because he could either hurt the Umbreon with the Earthquake or hurt the Swampert. And that was the game plan. Great adjustment here in this matchup. Again, all the energy in the world. Hits the loop. What a swap! And it gets the Hydro Cannon. Get out of here. Get out of here, Dunebug. He tapped the play rough, got the swap. He lost all that energy. He lost all of that energy. Now Umbreon's got to deal with the Trevenant, and he might get Dark Pulse. Here we are talking how it's supposed to be over. Oh my God, we're sleeping on the clock here, Steve, but the play rough finally goes through. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Dunebug.
He just wasn't gonna. I don't think he was gonna get there. He might have taken one out. He wasn't gonna take out everything, and yeah, I mean, Shady Equation pushing it back, pushing the 1-1 up against the champion. I mean, he's got the chance to push the 2-1, get that revenge, get the revenge against the man who stole the world champion title from him. But oh my gosh, I mean, yeah, we're not gonna see Alolan Marowak.
That was nuts.
Umbreon is just OP apparently, but not always. It can be countered. A Shady Equation just needs to get the Azu onto it. That's all it needs to do.
I love the Dunebug thought. The Umbreon is so tanky, right? Like a Lickitung. You just wait till that clock goes down, then swap it out. And if he had the energy on the Swampert, maybe he thought he could get to 2 Hydro Cannons and do some damage. That wasn't the case because Trevenant was just too prominent. He was like, hi. Trevenant or Lickitung, it wasn't going to be in anybody's favor there. But Umbreon, like, hold on. Because if he got in the Hydro Cannon, that's 30%. And then Umbreon only had, like, 2 Snarls to Dark Pulse. So, if he would have pulled that double move... Nah. Because he would have...
I don't think it would have... Yeah.
I'm overthinking.
Shady Equation also still had the 3rd shield hanging out in the back as well.
That's right. His Galarian Stunfisk was still alive with...
Either way, we'll jump into game 3. We'll see if Shady Equation can get the revenge up against the world champion. And we see the Venusaur coming in up against the G-Fisk.
Marowak!
This is, oh my gosh. He's brought out the top 3. He's brought out the Venusaur, Umbreon, Alolan, Marowak. This is awesome. And you can see that Trevenant is hanging out in the back. So, you know, we've got the Fire Spins. We've got some damage that we can do. And this the Azumarill is out. I feel like looking at Dunebug's back line, he really wants this Venusaur up against Azumarill. Because he's running an Umbreon and a Alolan Marowak, and neither of which are big fans of Azu. So I'm kind of thinking that we might either see some shields get invested here, or we see a swap out.
I think, yeah, once we see that Shady Equation throws a shield up, Dunebug will then start shielding. It is this is what I love about Frenzy Plant. It is so oppressive. Like, look at the damage it did. Oh my gosh, this is gonna KO. It's gonna take the Venusaurs out. Bye, Venusaur. Shady Equation just knocked out that Venusaur with an Earthquake. But Venusaur is so good with those Frenzy Plants, putting the shield pressure down. I don't know why you wouldn't give the shield up, but another Earthquake. Oh my gosh, is he going to do it?
This isn't bad.
Dunebugs.
You're actually getting some energy on the Alolan Marowak. No matter what comes in, if it's not going to be the Trevenant, because Trevenant will just get way too much pressure from this Alolan Marowak. But if Azu comes in here, you're still able to put on a lot of hurt with the big ghost damage from your charge. It does bring in the Trevenant. Okay, I guess... See, you're forcing the move from Dunebug. Was that Shadow Ball? Was that Ball?
No, Shadow Bone. It will be Bone. It's Shadow Bone. It's Shadow Bone confirmed.
It is Bone. Okay. Little small on my screen. I knew to start with a B, but
little
gets the defense
drop
debuff.
And look at what this spins. And he gets the throw, and it's onto the Azumarill. This is actually what really interesting for Shady Equation. So now the debuff is going to be on Azumarill. Will the Marowak still play in? Yes, he's staying in. He's got the shield. There is no Hydro Pump on here. So Play Rough will KO Marowak at this point, but Ice Beam won't. Another Shadow Bone, a double debuff, which means that these last resorts are going to destroy this Azumarill's health.
No, there's no debuffs came through. It was only, I think it's like...
On the Shadow Bone?
Yeah, no debuffs. No debuffs. So
it was only on the Trevenant.
Yeah, so like one last resort isn't gonna be enough. You're gonna have to go for 2. I don't know if last resort plus Snarls plus Dark Pulse would be enough. I don't think so. Oh, whoa, that actually did way more than I sort of expect. Yeah, Dark Pulse would definitely be all you need to seal the deal here, but Dark Pulse being that more expensive move than Foul Play, you don't get it off as fast. Burning the shield on the Ice Beam from the Azu, little bit unfortunate there, but now we see the Trevenant come in. It's got its energy, it's got Seed Bombs ready to throw. I mean, what is going on, Sosa? There's so much happening.
You don't need to worry about anything. You've got A Trevenant in the back. The Dark Pulse will one-shot KO. Build the extra energy before the second Seed Bomb comes through. But the Shady equation gets it through. This will take Umbreon into the deep, deep red. So the swap is there. Will he make the swap? He will not. He might make the swap immediately. Now, there's no energy on this Azumarill. Marowak has very little health. He would have to go straight for that Bone Club. Has to go straight for that Bone Club. 1 spin, 2 spin,
He's gonna get
3
there.
spin.
And
Does
he
he get the
gets
Bone
there.
Club in time? Oh,
Wow.
he gets it in time! The Azumarill will go down to this Bone Club. It's a terrible move, but there's 3 health on Azumarill.
Oh my gosh.
Dunebug, the world champion! Marowak is a Azumarill counter confirmed!
Oh my gosh. I mean, look, that was just absolutely crazy. That was just like, he came in with the Marowak. He got the energy, and every little bit of energy counted. It mattered. He had to throw everywhere. No debuffs onto the Azu, but it did not matter. The fact that he was able to get 2 Shadow Bones before being able to get out of there and then finishing off with the Bone Club. Real war of attrition. Being able to get the Umbreon onto the Trevenant as well. That just like, it went from a spot that looked really bad on the surface to a Dunebug victory, and that is sort of the Dunebug signature move. That's just...
That was so beautiful, I want to cry. That was so beautiful, I want to cry. Like, the in-game, again, this was another macro in-game. It wasn't like, oh, I do this, and then this will happen. Like, the immediate swaps, there's still small health on these battlers. You're like, what's going on? How's it going? Just so good. Knowing that the Marowak needed 3 taps and the Azumarill was out of energy to get to the Bone Club. Bah! Just bah! Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I mean...
Mind blown.
It was just too much energy on that Marowak. Like, it came out of the G-Fist matchup with just too much energy.
Yeah.
Problematic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he did the same with Skarmory, too. Was it Skarmory? It was Skarmory against G-Fisk or something like that. Or Skarmory against Umbreon. Somebody did it where it was like, oh, but a Azumarill, but this is a hard wall to Skarmory. It was like, yeah, but Skarmory had built up half a Sky Attack already. Like, this isn't a hard wall. Skarmory could just Sky Attack this thing down. Like, and that's exactly what Dunebug did. Like, he's turning those soft losses into soft wins for his team, understanding what he needs to do with the meta that's always thrown at him. And that is how you really, really make it match up. Alolan Marowak is not a bad Pokemon. And neither is Venusaur. But they have so many soft losses that they're not so greatly used or not so favored by everybody. But if you play them like you would Frostlass, where if you just give them a little bit of energy, they turn into power hitters. And, it was so good to see that.
Yeah, I mean, the Venusaur really countered that Azu G-Fisk for Dunebug. So he needed the Venusaur and the Umbreon together. It really, really breaks it up. Makes it really hard for Shady Equation there to get the W. But I mean, it's not all over, Steve, is it? We've still got plenty to go.
Shady Equation is going to fight another battler to try and get some wins in. Is going to now be taking on Bibilicious. Try and get the revenge. Now, I'm going to be disappearing for a sec. Trotter and Sosa, you guys are going to be taking it. So let's keep this moving, and we'll bring up the teams now.
Trotter and Sosa doing Bibilicious and Shady Equation.
There's one Pokemon different on these teams.
Yeah.
Scrafty, Mandibuzz. That's it. It's the same. I'm just going to say, I'm happy. These teams are great. We saw Shady Equation in the earlier battles really run that double flyer core. Probably a little bit risky with the Azu and the G-Fisk running double flyer. So see what he does there. I just don't want to see a Lickitung mirror match. That's the only request I have.
I actually think Scrafty is going to have a lot better play than Mandibuzz here. Because we know that Mandibuzz is Air/Mandibuzz, but Scrafty has that power-up punch, and counters really do good against Lickitung, do good against Dark, do good against Steel, do good against G-Fisk, Azumarill don't ever shield anything, so you get a power-up punch and a foul play. You're looking really good. I really like Scrafty here. I know it's double flyer that we're worried about, and that's kind of the thing that Shady Equation wanted you to fear is like, you could run into a flyer at any point, so don't bring a counter against Lickitung and G-Fisk. But I think Scrafty has a lot better play here than anybody's giving it credit for.
No, I totally agree. And the G-Fisk Azu just walls those flyers too hard. So I really think it's that little war of attrition, right? It's the double fly counter versus the double flyer. Who's gonna sort of have the balls to play it?
Well, let's get that first matchup. This is the loser's bracket. Now, in the world, Shady Equation swept the loser's bracket to meet Dunebug in the finals. And we'll see if he does it again as he leads the Skarmory into the Lickitung. And it's not Lickitung on Lickitung. And that's good. So we're just going to have to watch this long matchup play out again.
But this matchup is key because looking at the back lines, you've got counters. So you either have to come out of the lead with a huge amount of farmable energy, or you're really not in a great spot. So very key matchup here. Body slams, no shields. So this potentially means that if there's no further shields, it could be a lick down. Oh my gosh, how are they at so much energy on that licks? They're already at 2 body slams. This is going to be close to taking this thing out. It's got to be Brave Bird here, right? Got to be a Brave Bird? No
way. He's trying to sneak in for double sky attack. He's going to get the first one, and then he's going to go for the second one and see if he can get the shield.
I think it's going to be a lick.
Oh, he got the sky attack, the wing attack in, or the air slash in, but the body slam's coming through, forcing the shield. No shield from Shady Equation. Bibilicious, showing who's a real Lickitung user here.
All right. So, now this Azu does have play rough. So it's looking good in the Azu mirror match. Oh, and going for the bait. Baiting the body slam.
Oh my gosh.
Are we going to see shield?
Doesn't call it. This is big bait plays! Shady Equation is on a whole other level. He is literally connected into Niantic to understand that it was a bait call. He goes to the Ice Beam. This should be enough to take out the Lickitung. In comes his own Azumarill. And look at that. Bibilicious does not have play rough on his Azumarill. It means that Shady Equation will feel really comfortable bringing Azumarill on Azumarill all game long.
Sorry, we've got a little guy here now.
Hey, look to that Hydro Pump, little guy. It is going to be hurting, but not as much as this play rough is.
That's an interesting no shield there, though. If Shady is obviously not reading the Scrafty in the back at all, and there it is, the Trevenant, because otherwise you would have used that shield.
Actually, I think this is good. You put the Seed Bomb pressure down. What is happening? No shields from the Scrafty. We see what Seed Bomb does. You have 2 shields to go for the foul play. Oh, and you get the second Seed Bomb up before they get their move off. That is huge. No baits whatsoever.
Big. You got to just go straight foul play. Throw the foul play.
Oh my gosh, what are you waiting on?
Oh, he gets the shield though.
That's fine. He's got very little health. Those Shadow Claws are still chunking away at the health of this Scrafty. Like another Shadow Claw.
Double shield, yeah. Double shield. Very nice from Shady Equation here.
Well done. Does the energy lead up for the third? Nope. And it's beautifully done. That's what he was saving the shields for. Maybe he did read Scrafty in the back, because now he's got 2 Seed Bombs ready to go for the 1 shield on the Azumarill. Huge play by a Shady Equation.
This is why these guys are so good.
Is this going to the Ice Beam?
Surely this can't KO. Can't KO. Non-stab. Surely not.
In the red. Does KO.
Oh, it's good.
The Azumarill. It's a Azumarill on a Azumarill, but here's the thing. All he needs is a Hydro Pump onto Shady Equations. Wait. Oh my god, who gets to the second fast move?
It's got to be the pump, right? Is Ice Beam. Is Ice Beam enough?
Oh my gosh, no. He's got to go for the pump. You got to go for the pump. The pump comes through. Is the pump enough?
Wow, pump's definitely enough from here. This is
Okay.
going to take out this Azu.
Woo. Wow.
What?
Shady Equation had the foot on the throat and swapped and lost it because the Ice Beam came through first. That was incredible by Bibilicious. 2 seed bombs and wasn't able to get the second one off, taking out that Trevenant. Oh my goodness. Trotter, what? Like, first off, what do you do differently? I think you bring in this, both players bring in the same Pokemon. They're just so good.
I don't know. I'm protecting my child. This is too dangerous for him. My goodness, what is that? Wow.
Am I not PG-13? I apologize, folks.
No. From the battlers, that's just, it was dirty. It was too dangerous. Shady Equation. My goodness, that
and Bibilicious
should have been there. But Bibilicious did it.
The bait power-up punch, huge. The bait power-up punch, huge. Got the shield, threw the foul play, didn't matter, got both shields, gave the Azumarill the play to bring in the Ice Beam. Huge. Unbelievably huge. He had to have known that he had the Ice Beam ready. Like, I wasn't paying attention to that Ice Beam.
But no, it was one or two turns in, so Shady Equation could get that Ice Beam off.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Bibilicious got the Ice Beam off. Like, it had just gotten enough energy, but it didn't have enough time to get the charge move. So close. It was like literally the finest of wins there.
Oh, so good. And I guess you don't really have to have Play Rough to win the Azumarill matchup there, Trotter. I guess you could just Hydro Pump all the way down.
Well, I mean, it depends on the HP, right? There was a big HP differential after that Lickitung. So,
are we ready for match 2?
We are ready. I'm 100% ready. I'm going to give this child something else.
Same leads. We just did this last time. So the Skarmory, Skarmory into Lickitung. Now it's Skarmory into Azumarill. We know that Azumarill doesn't have Hydro Pump. So Skarmory feeling really good here, just staying in and going straight Brave Bird immediately. No shield by a Shady Equation. This is very interesting. Wow, knocks the Azumarill into the yellow, gets the debuff, swaps into his own Azumarill, and throws the Play Rough ready to go. This will, of course, not get shielded. It'll just do a chunk damage, and then Trevenant comes in.
All right, sorry.
No worries.
A little bit of parenting required there, and I mean, can eat an Ice Beam if it wants to. Here, this much HP, it's fine. And chooses to. Oh my gosh, that does so much damage. I mean, it's going to force you to put your opponent to shield, though, right? If they don't shield, they're going down. If they do shield, they're going to have to double shield to win the matchup. So I do like that no shield there. Oh, is he going to be forced to throw? Yes, there's an Ice Beam. So, yeah, good counting there from Shady Equation. And Bibilicious letting this go. Going to be able to farm a little bit of energy on whatever Bibilicious wants.
Looks like it's gonna be that Skarmory.
All right. I mean, this is still looking like it's a bit in Shady Equation's favor, but I mean, you got to come in the Skarmory mirror because you got to soak up all that energy that it's got. You don't want that going on to your Lickitung.
But you've got Lickitung versus Azu, and Azu has half health already, and it's got to worry about that Lickitung in the back. But he doesn't know about that Lickitung in the back.
Brave Bird Dip. That's a huge play with 2 shields up. That is...
Bibilicious is just playing out of his mind. Brave Bird and Dip in both times. And thinking that his opponent would copy him. No shield comes through. Come on. Here comes the Brave Bird now. So much energy on this Lickitung. He knows the Azumarill's in the back. So he's saving it all up for the Azumarill. Oh, what a shield! What a shield!
He's got it on a string. And at this HP range, he can now just body slam. Even if he eats a Play Rough, it's not a worry. What a shield.
Play Roughs. You got to do 2 Play Roughs here and hope to get this Lickitung down to the red so that Skarmory can farm up, or Bibilicious' Skarmory is going to come back ready to play And there it is. Body
That's the
slam
thing, so
spam for days.
it doesn't matter. The Skarmory is in the red for a Shady equation. So this is just a GG's from here.
It is such a GG's for me. A Shady equation playing so good all tournament. Bibilicious coming up though, showing how to play with the lineup, including a Scrafty and why Mandibuzz shouldn't be played. If you have a Skarmory, he even leaves him with the shield. Memed him with the shield, he says. I'll leave you with the shield.
Shady knew.
So,
He
Shady
knew.
equation, yeah. It was tough. NA, bravo, representing NA right there. We appreciate that. That was beautifully played. He will go down 0-2. We will still get match 3. Of course, we can play that. I mean, what do we have to talk about? There's nothing really new.
No,
Hopefully they catch the leads.
But each match matches. Each match matters, right? Because it's games won. So massive lead there for Shady Equation. And Skarmory, this is not that good. Unless you shield a Hydro Pump, this is not the greatest matchup for Skarmory. And he goes for the pump off the bat. Oh my gosh.
And he shielded. He's so smart. Big brain play right there. How does he call that? He doesn't call bits almost every single match. And then in the third one, he's like, oh, he's going to Hydro Pump me. I'm going to shield this. Does the Sky Attack come through? We both see that they are locked, so maybe that's what it is. It's both nuke potentials. Brave Bird can't come in because, I mean, you don't want to debuff yourself this late, this early into a switch lock.
Now, this is interesting. Shield. Big shield there. And in comes a pump, so wants both of the and gets both the shields. Shady equation, winning switch to get the Azu onto the what? This is quick swaps here. And in comes the G-Fizz onto the Lickitung. So this is kind of one of those long neutral matchups where if you can get the EQ, you're all right, but the Power Whips and the Licks are really going to stack up quickly against these G-Fizz without any shields left because it saved the Skarmory. Interesting plays. Got to go for the EQs. You got to get that
have to
down.
Go for broke. That thing is so healthy, but Bibilicious knows you just got to go for nukes. So he's got his last shield, finally uses it, takes it down. The timer is about 3/4 of the way done. Another Power Whip will take you down into the deep yellow, almost to the red. A couple of hits will bring you into the red. Oh no, the Power Whip does it just nicely. Here comes the first Earthquake. I would have said go for Rock Slide here because the switch timer's done and you can bring in a Azumarill or Skarmory again. And neither of them want to see, neither the Azumarill
he gets it
on the opponent's side. He does! The Rock Slide comes through!
That is actually so important here because now he can bring back in, let this go, bring in the Skarmory, knowing that Azu's going to have a good matchup against Scrafty and the other Azu in the back. Oh, and it's a swap into the Azumarill into the Scrafty, and out comes the Azu. So Skarmory is loaded up with energy for a Shady equation, and now this Azu is also going to come out of this matchup with plenty of energy. Really solid spot for a Shady equation, fighting back after those first two matches.
Now, I was going to say, why not throw the Sky Attack? There's no shield on Bibilicious. You would have done super effective on this Scrafty and have probably farmed it down already so that it's just the Lickitung in the back. But, oh, come on. Bye, Play Rough. Bye, Scrafty. You've got the Azumarill onto that Power Whip coming through onto that Lickitung. Yeah, here we go.
You survived this, and hopefully you hope you didn't tap that Ice Beam. Oh, wow. Interesting. Oh, I did tap the Ice Beam.
Tap that Ice Beam.
Did tap the Ice Beam. I would have thought a bubble down from here would have been the way to go after eating that Power Whip.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when all that's left
there's no
is
energy.
The opponent's Azumarill. There's no energy on either of them. But you can go for the Sky Attack or the Play Rough and just end it now. Oh, the Ice Beam comes through.
Interesting.
They have a Brave Bird ready to go on the Skarmory if he can get it in time without Skarmory getting knocked out.
Oh, Skarmory's fine. It's in the yellow. Brave Bird for the win. I'm surprised I don't know if that was a deliberate or an accidental over tap, but he threw one extra bubble than he needed for the play rough. But Didn't matter. Didn't matter by that point. So the double shield early on of this and the Skarmory shielding both those Hydro Pumps, so important for that matchup.
I think he realized when Scrafty was out that it was going to be Lickitung and Scrafty again that he was going to be playing against, and that Skarmory's Air Slash had better coverage on that than the other two fast moves that he had on G-Fisk, who he didn't have to worry about pairing that up with Scrafty at all, and his own Lickitung, no, his own Azumarill. So I think he did a really good job at playing with that with the Skarmory there. With his own Azumarill and G-Fisk behind it as well. So it was just well done.
I love how these battlers just know what the backline is, and they play it like they're watching both screens. Like, we're casting, we're seeing both screens. They're playing it, but they seem to know, right? The good players seem to know and be able to read the backlines.
With process of eliminations and being like, okay, he started the Lickitung, which means the Scrafty's in the back, which means the Azumarill's in the back because of the double tank situation, right? Those are two great tank Pokemons to close out with. Like, so much play. It would have been interesting if Bibilicious would have just brought out G-Fisk instead of Azumarill, because there's no Hydro Pump on Shady Equations Azumarill, right? Just completely throwing him up for a while out of like left field. It would have been fun. But Bibilicious takes that second matchup 2-1 now. So we've got Bibilicious with 2 points, or with 3 points, getting back after losing to Bar the Gamer. You got Shady Equation with 2 points. You've got Bar the Gamer with 2 points. And now, wait, I'm so confused. There we go.
They're all on 2. Bibilicious is on 3.
I'm looking at the I'm going down from the images of them. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
Dune's got a point. You know, Bar. Yeah, this graph really helps. Okay, so Dune's got 2. Bar the Gamer has 2. Bibilicious has 3. Shady Equation has 2. So Shady Equation, if he sweeps, could get back into this, but has a very hard matchup there with Bar the Gamer.
That's right. And now, Steve, this is just a points table, right? It's not the top 2 go through. Whoever gets the most points wins.
Exactly right. There are only 3 battles left to go to decide who is the ultimate champion. And I believe next up we will be going into Dunebug versus Bar the Gamer. So both of these battlers have got a 2-1 so far. And so it's just about trying to get every point they can to push themselves into the lead. So it'll be me and Dr. Trotter over on the desk this time round. So we'll see Sosa in a sec. And let's get into it, Dr. T.
Have fun.
We've seen these 2 battles around, and I think they might know what they're doing a little bit, potentially. But with 2-1s all round, what are you kind of hoping to see here?
Well, I think the difference in this matchup is that there are some counters for that Umbreon this time round. So it's not just the G-Fisk and what was the other one? G-Fisk and
the Skarmory. Azu was around.
Yeah,
Azu was the only real counter.
Yeah. So now we've got Medicham, we've got Ninetales, which are much better counters. But on the flip side, we've got Medicham and Ninetales. So it means that the AWAC has a lot more play in this one. So it'd be very interesting to see how these guys choose to battle. And I mean, Swampet's on both sides, right?
Yep, and it's proven itself as a really good Pokemon, and I'd see it still being a pretty good Pokemon on these teams as well. I mean, there's obviously grass to be scared of, but Swampert doesn't care that much. It's still able to do something. We saw Earthquake. We saw Earthquakes from Shady Equation landing on that Venusaur to take it out in their battles. So it can definitely still put in some work regardless.
Yeah, and without the fly, you think Venusaur's safe, but Powder Snow, even Venusaur doesn't like the Medicham matchup, Psychic Ice Punch. It's not even that great in the Trevenant matchup. Shadow Ball, Shadow Claws are enough to do that. So Venusaur is a little risky, and I don't see Dunebug playing a risky move unless it's like he's down 2-1 or like in a critical point. So I think you'll see things a little bit more safe from Dunebug, things like your Skarmory and potentially your Medicham. It's a fairly strong core. Potentially, if it's that core, then you're looking at Umbreon to save yourself from the Trevenant, but we'll see what happens.
Yep, one way to find out, and that is by hitting this little play button over here. And we see that Umbreon coming in the lead against Swampert, which isn't really where Umbreon wants to be, but you can see Venusaur is in the back. It would love to be in this matchup, but yeah, unfortunately not the case. And we're seeing the Lickitung and A9 over on Bar the Gamer side as well.
Yeah, and the problem is you can't really throw out the Venusaur to catch this. Can't throw out the Skarmory to catch this because it's just going to put you such a bad position for the rest of the game.
He doesn't really have a safe swap here. He doesn't. I mean, he lands the Dark Pulse, which does do a lot more damage than the Foul Play's movesets. You know, haven't been revealed. That's the first time that Bar the Gamer has seen that he is running the Dark Pulse. So it does shield this one, but he can just really put that pressure back on with the Hydro Cannons.
Yeah, it needs to land 2 though. So this is actually a favorable matchup for Umbreon overall, depending on what Dunebug wants to do with the shields. Skarmory is actually reasonably safe in the back. It's really if Bar the Gamer recognizes if there is that if there is coverage for that Venusaur or not, which will be the interesting part. So if Bar the Gamer doesn't, oh wow, look,
Ooh.
instant swaps there into the Lickitung. Ooh, this is interesting. So hasn't recognized the Skarmory there. Ninetales would have been the better bet against this, but I guess he's saving in the back. So hoping for a switch out. Very intriguing play. That Swampert does have the Hydro Cannon though to get that shield back.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting it into the right spot at the right time, I suppose, and shielding up the Body Slam from Lickitung. Really wanting to keep this safe. I guess assuming that it might... I mean, I guess you know that Swampert has the charge move. You also... Maybe he's guessing that it is that Alola Ninetales in the back that he kind of wants to keep a shield for. So that he can potentially get to a Sludge Bomb. But either way, that Lickitung going to go down. Here comes that Powder Snow Ninetales. Not going to get to a Sludge Bomb. Oh, he is going to get to the Sludge Bomb. I'm not sure which way CMP goes between the two, but Ninetales has a shield.
Ninetales wins CMP by far. Venusaur is actually quite a bulky Pokemon. Doesn't seem that way because it always seems to have super effective damage coming onto it. Now, I think Bar the Gamer somehow needs to catch and win CMP on a catch to win this matchup from here. It's really not looking pretty because it's one Sludge Bomb. Ninetales is one Sludge Bomb away from being dead. It can take a Sky Attack, but then it's going to be too low to just not get Vine Whip down. All right, this is... Yeah, and oh my gosh, has he done it?
Did he do it? Did he do it?
I think he did it. I think that's CMP. Oh my goodness. Has Bar the Gamer...
He didn't do it.
Oh, no, he didn't. He didn't. But he still needs to throw here.
Yeah.
But my gosh, I thought that was like the ultimate win con. And I'm pretty sure Dunebug got a refund there, or it wasn't quite CMP. Oh, I've got to throw the Weather Ball before the Sky Attack. Oh. Yeah. Or does it survive a Sky Attack? This could be...
Ooh, it actually might.
This could be... It needs to survive, and it needs to get to the second one. It's going to. So one Powder Snow. Oh, it's there. It's there.
I think it's...
The Air Slash... It needs this Weather Ball to KO the Skarmory. It's going to be super close from here. The swap out to try and snipe was really nice from Dunebug. And here comes the Weather Ball. This is going to be it. Oh my gosh. Bar the Gamer is going to take this one out.
Wow.
What a match. Literally, there's no red. I could not see a sliver of red on that Ninetales health. That is insane.
Wow, that was just... are these guys good or what?
That was... Oh, man. I don't know how Dunebug got a refund, or if it was just that the timing was out, like he was still throwing a fast move and hadn't quite finished. But that was like the win con for Bar the Gamer, and it didn't even come off. It didn't even come off.
Need it.
Didn't need it at all. Very surprising there.
Wow. But I mean, usually I feel like Dunebug has a reputation for coming out of these like sort of no win con doors closed situations, but this time Bar the Gamer able to turn it right around on him and take that win out there.
Now, surprisingly, Dunebug didn't... Once it had thrown the Hydro, Dunebug had obviously lost count of the Swampert's energy. If he had have known, he could have probably got one or two more Air Slashes on the Skarmory to take that swamp it down a little bit lower and have more energy, which is a very, I want to say, an uncharacteristic thing from Dunebug to, like, he threw 2 more sky attacks, but wasn't watching the opponent. He just knew he needed to throw 2 sky attacks and then throw the move, 6 turns. But probably could have gotten extra one out there, I think, with the energy. I need to run that one back, but yeah.
Maybe he was hoping to survive the weather ball. Although I feel like it's more likely that he would have been happier to take the 2 extra mud shots than taking the gamble on the weather ball. Although I guess, IVs can all come into it anyway. But, I mean, Bar the Gamer pushing up 1-0. I mean, these are the 2 undefeated battlers so far. So we'll jump into game 2 and see if Bar the Gamer can keep on pushing. Oof.
Ooh. And an instant swap into the Medicham here.
Okay.
This plays out very differently. I'm thinking a Gleam.
Ooh.
And it's an Ice Punch bait. It's an Ice Punch bait. Not even and it gets the shield. Gets the shield. That's huge. And now, what do you do? And going for the Weather Ball bait in return. Is it going to get a shield from Dune? Because it definitely has Gleam and gets the shield. The baits are being shielded. Both battlers a little bit edgy after that first battle being so close. And this is interesting. This is Licks.
Just started and so much has already happened. I mean, look, Lickitung can definitely tank this Psychic. But
can it tank the counters afterwards and still win the matchup? Licks body slams. I think they both need to invest 1 shield to win this matchup, and it's generally in Medicham's favor. So I think what we're seeing here is a no shield because counters plus Ice Punch is probably going to be enough to take out this. So it's going to force. Oh, whoa! And a swap here. A counter swap. So banked an Ice Punch and counter swap, eats a body slam. Dunebug really starting to get those swaps trigger. And look, the switch timer is hugely in Dunebug's favor here. Look how much energy he's building up. Is he going to get... Oh!
Not quite. Doesn't matter too much, though. This Power Whip still isn't going to do heaps. But this Umbreon has just got so much energy that it's really going to be able to... I guess it's going to be able to throw a lot of damage, a lot of hurt onto whatever comes in, really. I mean,
yes, Umbreon's at 100. Can confirm it's at 100 energy. You got to think the Ninetales comes back in and just... You can eat in last resort. It's not too worrying.
Yeah. Ninetales should be able to get to a Dazzling Gleam after burning a shield.
Sorry, this one's on you for a second, Steve.
Aye, Captain. I'm running the ship. But yeah, shields at the last resort, and then should be able to get to this Dazzling Gleam. And it's just going to be a question of whether Dunebug burns. Oh no, he swaps out again. Dunebug, the man with the swaps, keeping Brother Gamer guessing. Gonna be able to tank this Weather Ball just fine. And then Skarmory, I think it actually might be able to... I was going to say might be able to farm all the way down, but maybe not. I mean, you're going to get 2 more Weather Balls from Ninetales, which you can tank. So it actually might be okay. Oh, no, we're going to see another swap. These 2 battles are swapping all over the shop. And there is energy in places that I didn't even know you could store energy. But this Sky Attack is going to come through. Swampert is not going to... Oh, it's a Brave Bird!
Brave Bird! Oh, it is lands the Brave Bird and then... Could shield and farm down here if they want to. I don't know how much energy was stored on that Pokemon in the back on the Ninetales, but it looks pretty darn low to me, Steve.
Yeah, there is not a lot of health all over. It does have 1 charge move, but it would... So this is going to take out the Skarmory, but I don't think that Ninetales is going to be able to take out Dunebug's back line. He's still got...
No, that Umbreon's on like half health, and he's not going to get to a Dazzling Gleam in time. One would assume. Oh, it's got even an Ice Punch. Oh, that's right. The banked Ice Punch.
Yeah.
The disrespect here. I know it's not a BM, but it feels like a BM. Ice punching down a Alola Ninetales for the win.
But, I mean, that only ties it up. That just pushes it back into 1-1. These guys are still neck and neck in this tournament so far. They're hanging out on the 3-3. They just need to push it one way, the tiniest little bit, to get the advantage. And I'm kind of like, that Umbreon is still seriously putting in a lot of work from Dune. Even though there's the counters running around. I mean, Umbreon is still just able to keep putting on the hurt. And in that game especially, there was so much switching going on. I feel like both battles were swapping whenever they had the opportunity. Their switch timers were like misaligned, so one would swap and then partway through another would swap, and I feel like there was just always a swap that was about to come out, and there was just...
Please, I want to see you keep dancing for the rest of the night, Steve.
Luke Holo dance coming through.
So I think the biggest problem here with the Bar the Gamer is now Dunebug's recognized Medicham. Medicham Umbreon is so strong for him. As long as he can keep the Medicham away from the Trevenant, Medicham's pretty strong. As long as he can keep the Umbreon away from the Ninetales, Umbreon's pretty strong. So what covers that? What's the core breaker for Dunebug? I feel like it's really in his court, and Bar the Gamer almost needs to RPS around that scenario. Because it's a really tricky one, and you normally Lickitung is that sort of solution, but it loses to both Umbreon and Medicham. So what do you do if you're Bar the Gamer? Do you just throw caution to the wind and try and RPS Trevenant and keep it away from the Umbreon? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I like that strategy just because it feels like, when you're playing the constant swaps and trying to just sort of outmaneuver each other, it does feel like Dunebug's Pokemon are a little bit in a slightly better position there. But we'll jump into this game 3 to take a look at how it goes and I guess take it away and oofta.
Oh, this helps. And an insta swap into that Umbreon, and out comes the Powder Snow of that Ninetales now. Yeah. Wow, how many extra fast moves did Dunebug get? I thought it was instant swaps, but it's already at a last resort before this Ninetales is even close to a Dazzling Gleam. And Gleam is not a one-shot in this scenario. It needs a Gleam to land and an insta-shield. This is like Dunebug's going, no, I have to preserve this. I have to win this matchup. And because he's right, he's 100% right. He has to win the matchup because we've got Trevenant in the back for Bar the Gamer and the G-Fizz, and it's Skarmory Medicham. So it's that exact alignment that we were talking about. And another no shield here. So this has to go to the 2 shield here for Bar the Gamer from now. And Dunebug, 100%. He's 100% read this. And the question is, if you 2 shield this Ninetales, and then can they catch the Gleam on the Skarmory? Now, out comes the bait. Have to shield this. Yeah. Bar the Gamer, oh my gosh.
It's the shield.
He's got me so scared.
Keeping you on your toes.
Even the second one. And now, watch this. Dunebug is 100%, 120% setting up for a catch the Gleam on the Skarmory. Oh, no, he's insta-swap.
He's trying to... Try to snipe.
Oh, gets the Trevenant. No. So now he's got the Trevenant against the Medicham. No, now Bar the Gamer needs to try and come out of this matchup with as much energy as possible because Umbreon's coming back in as soon as this is over, and you need to count those fast moves because you got to throw. Yeah, throws the Shadow Ball. Could have probably got one more claw in, but not wanting to risk it. You can't trust the game at the moment. You can't trust Niantic. So there's the ball coming out. You got to wait. Dunebug's going to wait the time. And now Dunebug could come in with Skarmory and farm down, but that energy is going to be wasted on the G-Fizz. So, yeah, good call here coming in with the Umbreon. Oh, and is that CMP? If that's CMP, it's huge.
Ooh, I didn't
think
I saw the tap, but
I saw a tap, but I don't know if it got off. No. It did not get off. So now you're going to farm. No, choosing not to farm. Now, problematic here is what if Dunebug's going to be tapping that Skarmory, right? Because he does not want to. Yeah, look, see, there it is. He's tapping the Skarmory. He knows that he's going to try and catch the Gleam. Oh, he's not there yet. Ooh. He's not there yet. And he swaps. Oh my goodness.
And now he's behind. Now Skarmory's in the lead. There's no shield in tow. And I think Skarmory can take this one out. A couple of Sky Attacks, throw the Brave Bird, and the sides.
Steve, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but when you're a G-Fizz, you resist everything that Skarmory throws at you, and you can at least do neutral rock slides, and you generate energy much, much faster. In the Zero Shield, this is 100% G-Fizz matchup. It needs to land 2 Sky Attacks and a Brave Bird. It is not getting to 2 Sky Attacks and a Brave Bird. Bar the Gamer will know this, needs to take it out. And I think Bother Gamer needs one more Powder Snow to get to that Gleam to take out that Umbreon. But that Umbreon is almost in Rock Slide range.
Yeah, I think you might.
It's close. If you can get a Rock Slide, he doesn't even need the Gleam. He can go for the Ice Punch. But this is a super close matchup. The tension is building inside of my body. Oh, did you see that? Dune went for the catch. Dune went for the catch on the Umbreon, and it did not come off.
It's going for the swap anyway.
Oh, no. That's an energy thing. That damage went through. It's just a visual glitch. So that Skarmory will be on like 1 HP. Now, what he needs to do here, he needs to swap, throw the weather ball. Throw the weather ball. No!
Oh my gosh. He caught the Snarl damage onto a Alolan Ninetales.
No, you need to... Oh, no.
He's just lost it.
He's lost.
I think this Skarmory's coming in and going to finish off the Stunfisk. Oh my gosh. And the timer comes up. Oh, wow.
That is so unfortunate.
Caught the Snarl. Snarl does
I've resisted.
so little damage. Nothing.
Snarl. Because he just needed 2. If he if he needed to throw, he had 2 whatever they are. Weather balls. The 2 weather balls was enough, and an Air Slash takes 3 turns. So even if you lag 2 turns, you're going to get the 3rd turn in to beat it. Oh, it's so unfortunate for the gamer.
That was it was so close. It was almost there. I mean, I know that Sosa's back there going, what is... He's got the paper bag out. He needs the breathing help.
I mean, let's take a moment. Let's take a step back and remember, this is what happens when you play against people like Dunebug, right? You know your counts, you know energy, you know everything about what's happening, but in that moment, there's just that little bit of stress that makes it so much harder for you to do what you know you need to do, and it just doesn't quite come off. I think you're muted, Sosa.
I have not said a word, but I was muted. Good call. The idea to it's again, we're talking about that macro. How he lost it. The idea to catch onto the Ninetales, caught an Air Slash on the Ninetales, which then allowed it to die in Snarl range before it could even visually pop up the Weather Ball. The ideas were all there. Like, you called it out perfectly, Trotter, the entire time. But yet, the fast move sneak going through made the difference so that the Snarl turn comes before the Weather Ball turn. Snarl goes off, Dark Pulse is there, or Sky Attack is there, and it was all down to the wire. Dunebug and Bar the Gamer could have easily both been world champion right there with whatever visual glitch did or did not happen to allow that fast move to go through. That was what was down to the wire there on that matchup. Besides that, both the battlers had great team comps. All 3 lines were so good. You saw Alolan Marowak come in for game 1. That was super fun. Never saw it again. But yeah,
Hey, Sosa, can I borrow that brown bag, please? I need that bag, man. just send it over.
Oh my god, I was watching it with you guys going, oh yeah, and they made the play, you're like, oh, that's smart. But then he didn't throw the move. And you're like, oh, that's even smarter. And then the swap came in, and you're like, oh my god, what's happening? And,
these are 2 top-tier battlers.
There was a lot going on. 2 top-tier battlers. And you know what? These are battlers, like you said, they know everything about it. So when it comes down to, I have to be on point with my swaps, I shouldn't be throwing immediately, I need to wait for the catch. So good. I literally thought that was Bar of the Games. because I saw all the energy on Ninetales, and I'm just yelling at it like, throw a weather ball. You're like, well, if they go up to the Dazzling Gleam, then they can get the Umbreon. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's smart. But if you would have thrown the weather ball. Anyways, well done, gentlemen. What's the points?
If we take a look at the points, we've got Dunebug pushing into the lead with 4 wins, Bar the Gamer on 3, Bibilicious on 3, and a Shady Equation on 2. Technically, no one is out yet. Everyone is still in it to win it. Dunebug only needs one more. Would need 2 more battles to secure at least the tie for the victory. I guess at that point, we go for the head-to-head to decide who is going to be the champion. But we're going to be jumping into. Who are we jumping into? We're jumping into Bar the Gamer versus Shady Equation. So Bar the Gamer needs to get as many wins here as possible. A Shady Equation needs all 3 wins to push himself up. I suppose if Dunebug goes 0-3 up against Bibilicious and a Shady Equation goes 3-0, actually, that would mean Bibilicious is still. So yeah,
Steve wins it all.
Steve, my heart can't handle the maths right now. It's close to running out of beats. Let's get into the battle.
How about we fill in some more numbers?
Was so intense, huh?
I can't do it.
So good.
I can't do it.
All right, let's go.
I didn't think we were gonna get it as good of a matchup as Shmoosif and Shady. And dude, every single matchup that Dune has, they're all electric. They're all electric. Like, it's insane to watch though. Like Dunebug play. It's so good. Had so much fun.
All right, well, Sosa, you and I are going to take it away with Bar the Gamer versus Shady Equation before we finish it off with the Dunebug versus Bibilicious matchup. So let's go, Sosa. We'll see Dr. Trotter in a sec. And we've got the teams up. These 2 battlers have fought their way through. They've fought so many hard games. But Bar the Gamer is slightly ahead of a Shady Equation here. So a Shady Equation is on the back foot and wants to get as many wins as possible to shoot for the championship. So, I mean, what are you kind of thinking between these 2 teams, Sosa?
All I'm thinking is just bring in Swampert. Bring in Swampert and Ninetales and Lickitung, and you're pretty much good for this matchup. I mean, Bar the Gamer has such a strong hold. And this is what happens when you get locked into these, like, all-meta teams. Like, Shady Equation team is all-meta for a reason. But it's really been struggling against Ninetales with Powder Snow. The Swamperts have been... Any team that has a Swampert has had a real dominant control on the shield pressure throughout their entire matchups. Like, I really am loving seeing Swampert's presence here in this tournament so far.
It's really showing itself with still a Pokemon that you have to respect from the very first battle of the stream. But we'll keep things moving and just jump straight into the battle here. So take it away. Woofed. All
right, so Lickitung into Trevenant. You get that link into the Shadow Claws. That's nice. Immediate swaps. And it's Lickitung into Lickitung. And now that you know that Trevenant's back there, you've got the Alolan Ninetales with Powder Snow. You can just fast attack that thing down with that. And you can have all the energy on the extra Lickitung you have here. We're going into Body Slam Spam. Steve, shall we begin reading the novelization of Moby Dick? Oh no, look, they've swapped out.
Never mind then.
Finally.
I just put my novel away. We've got Stunfisk coming in. Have to eat some Power Whip, which isn't awesome, but it doesn't matter too much. Doesn't do a ton of damage. G-Fisk able to tank them on the chin pretty well. Just going to be going straight for the Earthquakes here because Lickitung just hangs around so often. But we do get the shield from a Shady Equation here. Just throwing all that energy away from Bar the Gamer. And how do you sort of see this matchup going, Sosa?
I'm intrigued by the shield because Lick and Powder Snow are both oppressive on Trevant. They might be thinking that G-Fisk isn't going to shield anything, right? He's going to take all this damage. Ooh. And immediate swap and catch! What am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. Who's keeping track of the clock? Switch clock. Earthquake comes through, does barely anything to Trevenant. Trevenant can get to a Seed Bomb before a Rock Slide, but that good G-Fisk is out. Back comes in the Licks, and now we've got our own Trevenant versus G-Fisk or Jerse's Lickitung here, and the first C-bomb goes onto the Lickitung, and there's 2 shields now. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, Trevenant is locked in here. It is going to get licked all the way down. It is just a matter of, I mean, Shady Equation trying to just put as much damage onto this thing first as possible. This Torch Charm is actually getting close here. So he actually, if he goes for another Seed Bomb, he could actually swap out here potentially, I think. I think the Switch Charm is about to be done, and then he would have a 3rd shield in the back, as these battlers do tend to hang on to. Oh, not quite up. It is up now, but it looks like he is just going to let it go. And then we haven't seen a lot of the Ninetales yet in the battle, so needs to be a little bit cautious about what is in the back. Going to tank this Body Slam, and then is probably just going to lick all the way down. But G-Fisk versus Ninetales in the back is looking good for a Shady Equation here.
Shady Equation! He turned that around! He turned that around because Lickitung was still in there a lot longer, and you brought the Trevenant back in on the opposing Lickitung. Now you've had like a wonderful little setup here. Now you can get the Steel typing onto the Fairy Ice typing. Like, come on. How did Shady Equation flip this on us like that? It really looked like Bar the Gamer had the lead, had the situation going. Shady Equation got out, but his Lickitung stayed in way too long. I already forgot what the second Pokemon. Oh, it was the third Pokemon he brought in?
Both ends.
Lickitung's on both ends.
Yeah,
was it Swampert in the beginning? No, both of them had Trevenant.
Oh wait, in this battle, it was
there's G-Fisk versus Ninetales right now, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
finally giving up his final shield. But yeah, no, it was really interesting. You've got Lickitungs now, was swapped back into it, so he got the G-Fisk with tons of energy, no shields. Here comes the Powder Snow. Wow, why would he take that out? Maybe because he thought he could get a Seed Bomb in or Body Slam. Swaps, gets the Body Slam, but Shady Asian makes the catch.
Oh,
he makes the catch, Bar the Gamer. That was huge.
Oh, and now Ninetales is going to come in, farm down. Don't get the Body Slam off, barely, and now in it comes the G-Fisk.
Can he get to the Rock Slide?
Weather Balls. It's going to have to eat this Weather Ball, and it is going to go down. Bar the Gamer clinching the battle with the catch. That is just perfect. I mean, actually, even if there was no catch, I think that Ninetales was still fine because it got the move off first, because it got its charge move off to take out G-Fisk. It would have been a game of CMP, I suppose, which Ninetales should have still won.
Yeah, because that Body Slam wouldn't have done much to Ninetales. You're right.
I think it was still a necessary catch in case the Rock Slide came off to keep Ninetales nice and healthy, because Body Slam plus Rock Slide absolutely just would have sent Ninetales to the Shadow Realm. Would have been able to do absolutely nothing.
I'm sure Rock Slide and Mud Shot would have sent Ninetales to the moon. Yeah. Shall we get into game 2? So Bar the Gamer, but look, they keep flipping this on us, man. It always looks like it's not looking good for them, and then all of a sudden, a catch, an extra tap sneaks through, somehow fast move denial happens, and we're sitting there like, oh, they did win it. What? How? Wait.
We need to learn that when battlers are such high caliber, such champions of the world, maybe we can't call it when we think it might be done. Maybe we should wait for someone to have no Pokemon left to be certain. But we'll jump into game 2. We see the pushback, and we have the Medicham into Azumarill. Awesome spot for a Shady Equation, but as we're not calling anything yet. But we've got 2 Lickitungs in the back, and the Ninetales and G-Fisk also still in the back as well. But I mean, as we were sort of talking about earlier in the stream, these battlers do love to get into these spots where they can be a little bit fluid, and Medicham is one of those Pokemon that even though it is locked into a Fairy, Psychic able to do so much damage, bringing Azu down into the yellow before swapping into Lickitung. And now Shady Equation has to go, okay, well, I guess I'll throw my energy here onto this Lickitung, and it does actually put him in a good spot, because now he is in the Lickitung mirror with a health advantage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can finish the first 2, maybe an hour and a half of the Pokemon 2000 movie. I think we could watch all of that, watch the Johto and them doing their thing, because good lord, Lickitung! Yeah. Loving...
I can't reach the
Oh,
novel
and we're
with
getting
the
the book.
earphones.
Perfect.
Can't reach it.
Perfect.
It's all the way over there. I could probably, unplug, take my setup apart, go and grab the book, come back here, take a read, plug everything back in, and we'd still be good to go. But a Shady equation.
Yeah, we're still in a body slam situation. Shady equation has a now yellow Lickitung. His health was green still. But we'll see if they make the swap. It is the swap into the Medicham. The body slam comes through. And this is what we were talking about earlier. They're really trying to make these catches. They're really trying to work with this switch timer to try to get it going. And look at that. Back onto the Azumarill, 2 shield. There's still a body slam on the Lickitung for Shady equation. And the Psychic will come through. But it's going to get shielded. Will the debuff pop?
Not this time.
No debuff.
But either way, still going to start to put that pressure onto the Medicham. I feel like you kind of would like Medicham to have done a little bit more onto the Lickitung, but you're just going to let Medicham go at this point. It's done its job. Still actually able to get an Ice Punch off to do some extra damage, but Azu's going to be able to tank this, and then it's going to get bubbled down. And then we'll see what Bar the Gamer decides to bring in here. I mean, you could bring in the Lickitung to just try and sort of finish the job, but you still run that risk of having Ninetales locked in against that G-Fisk again.
Yeah, I would say Ninetales for energy, right? They're so low, but you know that the Azumarill has energy. So, yeah, the Lickitung to soak up the energy, bring in the Ninetales, makes the swap into his own Lickitung. So now he's like, cool. But remember, Shady Equation has not revealed the G-Fisk in the back.
Yeah.
Body slam comes through. 2 shields onto Bar the Gamer. Bar the Gamer really holding on to the shields. Like we were saying, there was 2 double body slams on this Lickitung earlier. Bop, bop. And at this point, a Rock Slide would send Ninetales to the moon. So he's got to hope that he's just got to throw this energy early so that the G-Fisk can come back in and farm down.
Yeah, so
there it comes.
I mean, Ninetales has energy, has 2 shields, but I think that it's gotten so low with the double body slam from Lickitung that G-Fisk could actually mudshot down potentially.
Yeah,
still with
I wouldn't even throw here. I would have waited till I had 2 Rock Slides, because you can take 2 or 3 Weather Balls before you even need to use the shield. You've got an Azumarill with that switch timer up too that can throw off. Like, you don't need to. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. 1, 2 bubble, 2 bubble. Come on. The Lickitung's trying so hard. Here comes the rest of the energy. Now this is great. Draw out the energy so you can add more energy onto the Galarian Stunfisk. This is good. They're on point.
Oh.
We have a little bit of lag. We've got a Lickitung that's out. Each of the opponent has a shield. Yeah. 2 Weather Balls. Oh, a Mudshot came through too.
Yeah. Can we call time? Is this
no?
Are we allowed?
No, these are high intense games. These are high intense games, Steve. You're playing for life here. So the second Weather Ball is going to come. It'll bring the Galarian Stunfisk to the red, but he was tapping that Rock Slide, so that was CMP. This is why the Mudshot didn't come through, which I would have rather just gone for the Mudshot, because he is just 1 Mudshot away.
And time's
up! And the G-Fisk wins because it has more health!
Bar the Gamer refused to let Shady Equation get the pleasure of mudshotting down the Ninetales. Just like, you're going to have to win on technicality, sucker.
You will never fate my Ninetales. Never. Ninetales for life, baby. A9 for life.
Never going down. Remember that comment I made about not being able to call it until someone had no Pokemon left? Yeah. Someone still has Pokemon left. So I guess we can't call it yet. We're going to have to go to Game 3, Sosa.
Oh, great. Well, let's get Game 3 going so we can finally see if we can call this matchup. G-Fisk into G-Fisk. That is some big brain play. First off, brave on Shady Equation for leading G-Fisk with a Swampert and Medicham out there. But wow, look at how beautiful that is. We're going to see if we're going to get the Rock Slide bait first. No!
Ooh,
last second pull of the trigger by the Gamer!
Oh my gosh, the mind game's going to keep going. Bar the Gamer going for the Earthquake. Does Shady Equation Let it.
Give
Oh,
a
he
shield,
shields.
get a shield.
Okay.
Oh, that's
he gets
huge!
the correct shield. Ooh, that
So do
really
we see
puts-
the swap? Bar the Gamer tapping three spots on his keyboard.
He's catching the Earthquake onto the Lickitung, so really nice. Keeps all of the energy on his own G-Fisk for later on. Lickitung can take it pretty well. Shady Equation swapping into the Mirror Lickitung, but he's in the spot again where Lickitung, a Shady Equation has the health advantage, has been able to put a hurt onto Bar the Gamer so that Shady knows that he can just dominate. So go get a beverage, go get lunch.
But it is that time for lunch. Oh, good lord. My crock pot's going to be done in like 30 minutes. But hopefully this pairing between Lickitungs will be. So we got Body Slam on Body Slam. This is beautiful. Again, you're right. Shady Equation. Even though Bar the Gamer is catching on the Lickitung, it still has to deal with his opponent's Lickitung. So Bar the Gamer, now the opponent has a Lickitung. I don't recall if it was Medicham. It's Ninetales in the back. So this will be interesting. You can farm all the way down. Now you can farm to the Power Whip. If the G-Fist comes out, you can definitely just go for straight Power Whip. Yeah. Go for it. Hit it. Oh, he gets the Earthquake before. This will KO.
All right,
but
see you, Lickitung.
Now the dry G-Fisk of Shady Equation side can come in and do some extra or semi-dry.
He's got the energy advantage still.
Who's
We're
gonna
back
get
to
it
the
first?
lead. All we did was throw the Battler's Lickitungs out. And we're basically back to where we were. Shady Equation has the energy advantage because of the successful bait, correctly shielding again the Earthquake from Bar the Gamer. Other way around. Bar the Gamer shielding from, oh my gosh, and Shady Equation. Catching the Earthquake
onto. Oh my god. So Bar the Gamer's brought in the Ninetales, and that's not what he wants. But remember, Shady Equation does not have Hydro Pump on that Azumarill. Now, the Galarian G-Fisk does not have a lot of health. It's got half health. There we go. I was about to say somebody needs to bring in that Azumarill immediately so it has energy to deal with that thing. Because if you don't have Hydro Pump, you definitely need to have double Ice Beams ready to go. G-Fisk is still alive, has the energy. Dazzling Gleam will go bring this Ninetales up to a nice advantage, but the Azumarill is definitely going to take it out. Throw now. Knows that you get to the Dazzling Gleam. I saw the tap on Shady Equation's part. There it goes. Yeah. Ice Beam coming through. We'll take it out. Like I was saying, you have to have the energy on this Azumarill for double Ice Beams because this G-Fisk is still healthy. Now, the opponent G-Fisk, Bar the Gamer G-Fisk, doesn't have energy. This is the final matchup. Shady Equation could go 2-1 here, giving him a nice 4 spot. But the 1 point will give Bar the Gamer the 4 spot too. So if Dunebug loses out, we could just have Bibilicious win it out. Earthquake comes before.
We're not allowed to call it yet. There's still Pokemon.
Sorry! There Earthquake coming through. It's going to be effective. And the Azumarill will go down. Didn't want to call it yet. But the rock slide before. All right. This should take out the health of the Galarian G-Fisk. And I don't know if there's a 4th Pokemon on Bar the Gamer's line. No, there's no 4th Pokemon. Finally, the Ninetales goes down. No Melmetal popped up. And a Shady Equation gets the 3rd matchup. Beautiful.
I mean, as you said preemptively when we were not allowed to say it, Bar the Gamer and a Shady Equation both ending up on 4-4. Now, this puts us in a spot where Dunebug, even if he doesn't get a single win, it would go to head-to-head where he beat Bar the Gamer and a Shady Equation 2-1. So he actually only has 1 competitor left.
Steve.
That's me.
Steve, he's still got to fight against Bibilicious, man. Bibilicious could go 2-1 and draw, 3-0
he's got
and win.
one competitor left, and that competitor is Bibilicious. So Bibilicious, if Bibilicious goes 2-1, then Bibilicious takes us out because they'll be on a 5-5 tie, and Bibilicious will win on the head-to-head. So
Dunebug is essentially in the losers bracket. He has to win 2-1.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah,
Dunebug.
Good lord.
Win.
How weird is that? That the person who is not lost yet has the pressure to win. Like,
I mean, Bibilicious also needs to win. I guess, actually, neither battler needs to go 3-0. Both battlers really just need to get to 2. If they can get to 2,
Yeah.
they win. So, with that, I mean, Sosa and Dr. Trotter, you guys are going to take away this
Incredible.
very final battle of the stream.
How's your heart feeling, Sosa?
Oh, I got my brown bag right next to me. I have got another Pepsi. I am ready. I mean,
Wow.
we've watched
You're amping up.
play beautifully. So I've got the energy. Are you ready? You're a little early. Wake up. I mean, we've literally seen like 8 amazing battles. Are you awake and ready for this, my friend?
Dude, I've been popping some like beta blockers. They're the word to slow me down a bit because I'm a little bit elevated right now.
I'm so excited. I forgot about Bibilicious team. I gotta see it again because I want to know if that Marowak's gonna play. Umbreon and Marowak could play. Oh my goodness. Oh my good lord. Oh, it told Umbreon can't play. Umbreon can't play. Marowak might not
strong.
play. But you know it looks really good. It's looked good all day today. It's looked real amazing all day today.
Swampert.
Swampert! And we know it's Sludge Wave. Swampert!
I'm gonna say that I think this has the potential. These teams have the potential for really RPS matchups. Now, all of our players have really avoided that for the most part, and even when they've been in those situations, they've used their shields and energy effectively to not make it that way. But there's very polarizing matchups here, which could cause some problems. Obviously, Scrafty, Umbreon, Medicham, Scrafty, Trevenant, Umbreon. Like, it's just, ooh.
There is a big difference on Dunebug and Bibilicious team, and we've seen it all day today. And you're absolutely right. This has a lot more effect of going RPS. Because of that Lickitung being on Bibilicious's team, he could bring it in, keep it going, and build the timer to go for a switch with energy or whatnot. Where Dunebug hasn't really had that switch timer, play safe like Lickitung has. So I feel like Dunebug, if he doesn't get the right lead, could be in a lot more hurt because he's got so many things that go down faster than that Lickitung. That Lickitung can take a ton of energy without investing shields, where Dunebug's going to have to invest some shields into some things if he wants to keep them alive for that switch clock. That is the key factor here, it looks like, for Dunebug, and hopefully he understands that.
I think he will, and I really would be surprised if I don't see a Skarmory lead from Dunebug, right? Because it's neutral or good against everything except for that Stunfisk. Bibilicious in your first battle against the former world champ with a Medicham, a Swampert, even an AWAC, a Venusaur, an Umbreon, are you going to lead that G-Fisk? That'd be a big brain play. But yeah, I think Skarmory's safe.
If he leads G-Fisk. No, go for it. Go for it.
No, just say Skarmory's safe in the lead as long as it avoids that G-Fisk, and it could set Dunebug up really, really nicely.
Absolutely. If Bibilicious leads that G-Fisk, I'm going to walk away from this matchup. You'll have to do that for that first battle until the swap out. Because that is the biggest brain play. Like, we've seen big brain calls. Like, big brain play calls all day today. But to lead the G-Fisk on that, mind blown. Let's see if it's true, though. Shall we see if it's true?
Oh, it's close.
Absolutely right.
But it's flipped.
The Skarmory is on Bibilicious, yeah, and the Umbreon is on the lead, which is good because you didn't want to get that Umbreon caught. And look at what he brought in. He brought the Medicham and the Skarmory on his back, which is actually kind of nice against that. Both are really good against that Lickitung. So we'll have to see how they play out because the Azumarill is there, and he wanted to avoid the Azumarill on the Umbreon. But Dark Pulse does do damage. That's Dark Pulse, my friend. That is not foul play. What is this, Brave Bird?
This is a Brave Bird. He's going Brave Bird and dips straight off the bat. Oh, it lands and dips into the Lickitung safe swap.
Gets the safe swap. In comes the Dark Pulse again. He knows that he got caught on it. That's fine. He's going to bring in his Medicham. No, he's gonna build the energy back
What?
up because licks and nothing does anything to this Pokemon. He's gonna build up for double Dark Pulse? I'm confused.
Well, it's not a bad play, right? It puts so much shield pressure on your opponent, and then like you don't have to worry about any fast move damage, like any at all.
Now, did Bibilicious have Hydro Pump on his? He does. I think he's got the one. He's the one with Hydro Pump on his Azumarill. Body slams aren't going to do anything. He's just building energy. Look at that 4 extra licks that came in on Bibilicious. Come on, you're saying that NA get extra licks and we're seeing this? Anyway, Sky Attack comes through. We get the shield, and that's why, because he's got 9 freaking body slams because of those 4 extra licks.
Well, look, I mean, normally I'd be really upset, but with the amount of extra energy Dunebug got in the finals of the season 3, I think it's fairly even.
He farmed down so hard, so he's gonna go up for it. Now his opponent is down a shield. Dunebug does have 2 shields. He knows an ice beam won't take him out, but it will put him in the deep red. He's got to throw immediately, and he does before the bubble comes through. The Brave Bird click. Does Bibilicious think he does it? He shields. That's amazing. What a play. Now there's no shields on the... Oh my god. So there's no shields left on Bibilicious. The Skarmory is still alive. He swapped it out with 1 health, even though a bubble came through. Ice Beam comes in. It'll shield by the Medicham. Medicham can build up for that Psychic and do the Psychic damage. Do the Psychic damage. What's that going to lead us to? The deep red?
Yeah, it'll be red. It potentially... No. Whoa. Wow.
Yellow.
Now...
Okay, now it's red. Yeah.
Really needs to get the shield here. Yeah, good call going for the pump here, because if he can get the shield, Skarmory has got a much better matchup here. Resists the charge moves. And it can take it. Yeah, there you go. Instant swap into the Skarmory. And it just needs to get to this Sky Attack. Oh, charge move. Now, potentially, we're going to see a swap in here from Dunebug, which is not at all what Bibilicious wants. Bibilicious needs to get this energy. And there it is. It's the Umbreon. Oh, and he does catch. But no charge move available. This should kill the Umbreon. And then it won't be able to use... It does. No energy available. What do you come back in with? You have to come in. You can't catch. You got no options left. You just have to pray you can counter down with Medicham from here.
Yeah, that's literally all you have to do is pray that you could do it. You could do it. Okay, he does it. He's got 2 ice punches. There is both things. If I say bring out the Azumarill first so you can get that first ice punch and not get the Psychic onto the Lickitung. Yeah. Because there's the Lickitung still there. Switch clocks are still up. Here comes the first of 2.5 ice punches in time to take out this Azumarill. Now the Lickitung, does it have the energy? Has a body slam. The Psychic comes through. The Psychic comes through.
He didn't throw the body slam. Body slam would have KO'd from there. 100%.
Dude, Bukk is out of his mind.
Wow. Oh, is that one of those situations where you're trying to hit the charge move, but you end up tapping a fast move and then... Oh, the regrets. It was there. Why are all these matches so good and so close? This is insane.
Did he not think he had... People just not think he had the body slam ready to go? Like, was he just thinking he needed another lick before the body slam? Or he didn't have the Psychic? Oh my god. Or did he think he was just so good that he could just lick down the Medicham? Like, oh, he doesn't have a Psychic. Or I could take the second Ice Punch, forgetting that Dunebug literally farmed down your freaking Skarmory and got another Weather Ball and Ice Punch and a half there. Like, that was so huge by Dunebug to play that so beautifully. I would have brought in Medicham. He brought in Skarmory perfectly and played that right. And not to forget, Skarmory was still alive at the end of that Brave Bird and dipped before the bubble could even transfer the damage to it. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah. Now, interesting, we had Spudoid in chat say that Medi wins CMP anyway, but there was a delay. I don't know if they threw a counter or it was a delay, but they would have been able to get the body slam in first. So I
Okay.
think they threw a counter. I'm fairly sure there was a counter first.
I'm pretty sure there was too. I think they needed one more tap to get to that thing, and I didn't see him tapping on body slam at
No,
all.
he
So
wasn't.
that
He tapped above body slam. Yeah.
Yeah, he was tapping above body slam. So
Okay, right. So
breathe. We got game 2 going on now.
now Bibilicious has to win these last 2 to take this thing out. It's all in Dunebug's favor.
To tie up. Dunebug can win and win out. If he wins this one, it's over. If Bibilicious wins out,
Yes. No, I was just motioning it's over.
It's over. Okay. I was like, did something happen? Are we cut out? Did the stream go down? No. So if Dunebug wins, it's over. If Bibilicious wins, forces to the 3rd matchup, he'll have to win again, and then we get that tiebreaker that Steve was talking about. That we'll get more details in after this matchup. So, are you ready for the 2nd battle, sir?
I am ready. And no, I just want to say quickly, one key thing is Dunebug brought Skarmory and MediCham scared of the Scrafty.
Yeah. I like that. That's really good. Umbreon into Trevenant. What a lead. Again, he leads with the Umbreon. He's got Venusaur and Medicham in the back. This is actually what I guess he wants with the Umbreon onto the Skarmory. Again, Dark Pulse doing more damage than Foul Play here. So why are you liking this Dark Pulse Umbreon?
I mean, it's working. Yeah, it's working. Dunebug swiping right on notifications there. These Skytex now. Skarmory would have been really good against the back line, but you're not going to get to it with their Trevin in the lead. So it's one of those really awkward situations where you don't know the lines, you don't know what's coming out. Wow, choosing to no shield this one. Potentially, do you throw the Brave Bird? Oh, here we go. Medicham. Wow.
Yeah,
he's going to get the energy here on this Medicham.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's in the back, so bringing out Skarmory as the safe swap into a Zoom roll is what he wants. And Medicham just building the energy, knows the Trevenant's going to come back, or the Zoom roll, so it's just going to throw and get a shield, or do the damage and dip. And Dunebug has that plan in place, especially if it's Trevenant, and yeah, that's perfect. Oh, what a catch! Bibilicious knew what the play was, and he made sure to just draw out the Ice Punch. He said, pal, my switch came up. You might not have switched, but mine is. There's a bubble that goes through.
There's so much energy now for Azu.
The Psychic doesn't go through. Azu is loaded with energy. Switch lock, but you know what's in the back. Look at what he's got there. He brought the Venusaur. That's Farm City, my friend. 2 shield Farm City. Bring back out Trevenant all you want, pal.
I don't think you can farm.
City. You can 2 shield this Farm City. You can actually take, ready for this one? This is going to shock you. Yeah, you're still in the yellow. That's how good this Venusaur is. It's as good as Meganium.
Yeah. What if, though, if Bibilicious catches a Frenzy Plant on Trevenant?
Trevenant is ready to go. It could happen. Here comes the first shield. Now, I could see that happening, but Dunebug got to pay attention and be aware of it. He might be counting. Let's see what happens. We get the counting. We get the Sludge Bomb.
He tried.
Immediate swaps. He tried.
Ooh, Sludge Bomb, though.
The play was there. He's got Sludge Bomb and Frenzy Plant ready to go on the Venusaur. Seed Bomb won't do anything. Dark Pulse will straight KO this Trevenant from where it is. Does he do his counts? He does before the Seed Bomb comes off, either forcing Trevenant to use this shield or say goodbye. Yeah, he does.
Putting all eggs in the basket.
Did Azumarill throw anything, or did Azumarill have anything left in the tank? I don't recall.
Doesn't have much.
This is the last shield by Homeboy. So 2 shields gone. You've got Sludge Bomb ready to go on Venusaur on top of Frenzy Plant, which you should just be going Frenzy Plant.
Whoa.
Super effective. Takes it out.
Wait.
Look, the Ice Beam is there. But he's got to throw. The last resort's coming in.
His survivor last resort. I'm just so scared that what if we get a weird thing where Azu wins CMP against Venusaur? He's throwing.
Yeah, he's throwing the ice beam. He thought the switch was gonna come. He's probably kicking himself right now.
He's throwing for the switch.
Venusaur was gonna come. Yeah.
That's
so huge.
No, that's the correct play from Bibilicious, right? That is the one win condition. That the one turn to catch. That is the only win con Bibilicious had apart from lag.
Mm-hmm. And Dunebug not playing the shotgun route where he's just swapping in to buckshot you and then blast you in the face with his last move. He knew that could have been the play and he waited. And I'm shocked that the ice beam went off when it did because he did tap up. But at the same time, like that, it was either a big brain play or a hard loss like that. And unfortunately, it was a hard loss for Bibilicious. So Dunebug will take 2. Steve, if we can get the third matchup, that would be great. Perfect. We do have the third one. There's a Swampert lead.
Dunebug.
And if I'm Bibilicious, I'm tilted. He's about to 3-0 this.
No, not necessarily. There's a much more even back line here. I think we got a bit more play here.
2 shield this Swampert, and you're pretty much good, my friend. Look at the damage. Hydro Cannon nerfed. Remember, Hydro Cannon on Swampert was nerfed, has been nerfed, and it still does that much of a damage. Do you remember when they nerfed it like 20 points?
I remember. I remember those days. Oh wow.
We're not. So, the what chapter were we on in Moby Dick here? The boat had been creaking back and forth as the body slam came through. The Umbreon stood tall as we saw those licks do nothing to its outer shell. The ears perked, the dark pulse shot, and we were both tired of watching these tanks fight each other to the death like noodles.
I'm just going to put this out there. I would have liked to have seen Bibilicious run, I don't know, something in the lead, whatever. Safe swap to Lickitung. They'll bring an Umbreon guaranteed every time. Farm down with Scrafty.
Right? Bring Scrafty once. Why not? Umbreon is coming to every single matchup. What are you afraid of with Scrafty?
Yeah. I mean, even can Scrafty 2 shield? Does Scrafty win a 2 shield against a Swampert? I think with straight pup.
With straight pup, I know it hurts, but I don't know. But I mean, again, we're talking about battlers here who aren't even shielding anything. They just hold all the shields till the third Pokemon. So if the first Pokemon is Swampert, hey, we got a lag. Sky Attack comes through. Azumarill onto Skarmory. And that Hydro Pump, come on. Show us what that Hydro Pump does again.
Yep, Scrafty wins the 2 shield.
Scrafty, see, why didn't he not? Maybe Bibilicious didn't have faith in his Scrafty as he should have.
Gotta have faith in the Scrafty.
Remember, Dunebug got both leads in the last 2 matchups. Both leads were huge on Skarmory onto Trevenant.
What a catch!
Oh, what a catch!
He's
like, no,
they're just doing it. They're doing their thing, showing us like, you think you're that? Oh, I got something to tell you.
And Dunebug swaps out Skarmory again with 1 health. There is 2 Hydro Cannons on this Skarmory, so on this Swampert, so beautiful. There's no health on this thing, so absolutely get rid of the Skarmory now. Swampert beasting it out. Will he Lickitung this down?
Lick.
Oh, so close.
Oh, Umbreon didn't get. He tapped it. This energy is going to go to waste. Yeah, energy's going to waste.
Stuck in this.
What is this KO?
And then it's Azumarill. Is this going to be 2 shielded? Is he going to 2 shield beam us in the finals? Is Dunebug gonna
no,
shield
he
me?
can't.
No, he can't. He can't. His Skarmory is too low on health. Oh, but if Bibilicious might just allow it. Bibilicious just might be like, all right, bro, just end it now. Last resort, me. Let's go. You got 2 shields. You even have a Skarmory there.
He Dark Pulse.
Gets a Snarl in too.
This is a BM. Dunebug's gonna Dark Pulse him again for the BM. We're finishing this series off with some bad manners, I told you. Bad manners, Dunebug.
And there it is. The Dark Pulse, a shield, the Umbreon, winning the entire matchup. Swampert and Umbreon were key battlers there for Dunebug. And I will say Skarmory was beautifully played by every battler today. So many great Skarmory battles. 7-4-3-4. That sounds about right from our reigning champion of Season 3.
Unstoppable. Just unstoppable.
Steve, are you muted?
Yeah, I'm back. And Dunebug, showing why he is the world champion. I mean, he is just such a great battler, always able to find those win cons. He wasn't able to get a clean sweep. Bar the Gamer and Shady Equation is still able to get a win on him, but unfortunately with that 3-0 against Bibilicious, just able to secure such a huge lead with that 7 wins, and was just unmatchable in this clash of the champions. I mean, we've really seen some just amazing battlers across the board here. I mean, obviously we've got we've got Dunebug, Bar the Gamer, and Bibilicious and a Shady Equation who put in some really great work. You can see that it was so close on the other end as well, like Bar the Gamer, Bibilicious, and a Shady Equation, all pretty much neck and neck through this second part of the tournament. And they only got here by taking out some other great battlers as well. Bar the Gamer had to take on Ventusky, the 2-time Latin America Continental champion. Bibilicious had to take out Memphis Flow. Shady Equation had to take out both Speediest Chief and Shmusif. And here we are, and with Dunebug able to take it all out. But I mean, this has been a lot of fun. The 8 champions below us all got to show their medal, show us what they got. I mean, it was just awesome. It was just really, really high tier battles, and it really goes to show that 1, energy, really important. 2, teams, maybe don't make them so RPS. And 3, win cons are everywhere. Never call anyone out. You'll never know when someone's about to show you that, you haven't quite won yet. Even if Dunebug was going to tap it all out with a BM double Dark Pulse to finish off an Azumarill.
Honestly, Dunebug, you need to take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, and he said, I can Dark Pulse an Azumarill to win. I will.
Disgraceful.
That Dark Pulse was so dirty. What does it do? Like 20 more damage or something? Like, it hit a lot harder than Foul Play would, and I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing more Dark Pulses come out. Now remember, you're not using Dark Pulse to get shields, so you've got to be as comfortable as to have Umbreon in like 2 health to get to that last Dark Pulse you need, because how many times did we see these battlers with 2 or 3 health on these Pokemon taking and you're like, you have shields, pal. You can shield. Why are you not shielding? And it's like, but I'm Skarmory with 1 health. Brave Bird, Brave Bird, Brave Bird. I think there's like 4 times throughout this entire day, all of us were just like, wait, what? It's still alive?
Yeah. I still need to go back to that, like, Battle 12 or something, where I have no idea what happened. I still have no clue. with the one move, something did. I don't know what happened there, but either way, I mean, look.
It was a double body slam or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, except
double
the second
weather
one
ball or
didn't
something
do much.
You had her.
Yeah. But either way, I really want to give a huge thank you to the 8 battlers who did, come in for this event. Obviously, this was just all for funsies, and it was just really fun to sort of see all of these top tier battlers to get together, fight it out, make some more memories, and get a few chances at revenge as well from some of these championships. But thanks to Bar the Gamer, Bibilicious, Shady Equation, Ventusky, Speediest Chief, Dunebug, Memphis, and Shmusif for coming in and participating. And And, maybe we do this again after season 4. But, I mean, with that said, I also want to give a massive thank you to Dr. Trotter and Sosa. I sort of guessed that this might take 3 hours, and we are a little bit over that. But just a smidgen. But, I mean, seriously, thanks for coming out. And, I mean, Dr. Trotter, any last words? And also, where can we find you before I put in the links that I forgot to put in before this into the description?
You're right, man. I'm taking it easy with the streaming these days, so I was just swimming on Twitch, Dr. Trotter. Usually Wednesday nights and wherever else family life fits in. Now, one key takeaway I had from this tournament was even if your team looks on paper RPS, you don't have to play it as an RPS. These battlers showed why energy and shields and switching can be used to negate or give yourself the best chance again if you happen to find yourself in a bit of an RPS situation. So you don't have to play it that way. It's a choice that you make as a battler with your team composition and your 3 you pick and how you play them. So when we all go, oh, this is RPS, it's a very easy throwaway line when you lose to say, oh, it's bullshit, it's RPS. But, you don't have to do it that way. You can choose, you're in control. You can be the best battler you can be.
Yeah. Very well said. And yeah. Twitch link will be there if you're watching this not live. But
that was so inspirational. Holy shit. The Stripeys. That was so inspirational. I was like, oh, I can't be the best battler. Which I'm not having any luck right now in Silph at. I think I'm 1-4. I missed Glacial Cup. I will definitely be playing. I've definitely done a lot of practice for Guardian Cup. But I am SosaFlow. You can find me on Team Rocket Academy on YouTube. We do Silph guides. We're doing duo battlers now, and I can't wait to get one of you guys on there because I don't know if you guys saw what we did with MJ Get It. The next opponent we have is Speediest Chief. And we both brought in some spice for the Guardian Cup. Like, he brought in Electros. So I'm so excited to see how that's going to, we can show you guys how that will play out. On top of that, we have Team Rocket PvP, where we stream Friday night fights, a lot of the Silph main events like All-Stars, Continentals, Championships. If there's factions, we're happy to help out with factions as well. And yeah, we do, and you can just find me there and then on my Twitter as well. But Team Rocket PvP, Team Rocket Academy, and I'm also just SosaFlow. But yeah, come say hi, join us. We love all sorts of Silph guides, and seeing these Silph top battlers play in an open meta like this is just so beautiful and down to the wire. And at one point you're like, so I guess I just have to build a Lickitung and I'll win then. And you don't need to. As Dunebug showed us, you can bring the entire season 1 lineup and still wreck everybody. So I'm so happy to see that it's not just Lickitung metas and stuff like that, and that we got to see great plays with great different styles of Pokemon. As Trotter said before, you don't have to build RPS, you don't have to build meta. You can be the best the way you are, however you want to be. So yeah, thank you, Steve, for having me on here. This was super fun, super fun. Those matchups were so good.
Yeah, well,
I'm still mad we don't get to see that Drapion. Like, that Drapion would have wrecked every core. The Azumarill Trevenant core, come on. How many times we see that? Or just play a Crunch on a Sludge Bomb on Lickitungs. Like, it would have shook everything up. I think Dunebug and Smebish would have been a fun one to watch with just looking at teams on paper. By saying that, on teams on paper, those two would have been fun to watch. But seeing how everything played out, everybody did a great job. I'm not trying to belittle or anything. I'm just sad that we lost that opportunity to see Speediest versus that Drapion and Swampert, because we saw Swampert do so well. But yeah.
Yeah, but look, these are all amazing battlers, and they can all do amazing things. Nothing is a guarantee when you put, teams on paper is one thing, but these battlers, if nothing else, have really shown that it's a whole nother thing when you actually get onto the court and have to start playing around. But with all that said, I mean, thanks to everyone who has come out and watched this live. Thanks if you're watching it after as well. Thanks to Trotter and Sosa for coming on. And of course, thank you again to all of the battlers who did come in and participate, because it was an absolute pleasure to sort of be on the back end of it all. So with that said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one. And we can't raid, so we'll just hit the stop streaming button and we'll see you in the next one. Catch ya. And I hit the end.